Ladies and gentlemen,
How you living, champ?
Good, good. Doing good. Trying to
We
get
got what?
huge like everybody else. For an old man, though.
What's your age? How old are you?
41.
Okay, okay, yeah,
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
not too old.
He got some time in
Yeah.
there. Shit, yo, I just found out Charles Griffin is like what 42.
Yeah. He's pretty old too. Yeah.
I didn't know
I,
that.
I got started later, so I was
Yeah.
bodybuilding like right out of college, and then I ended up having some kids and had to focus on my career.
See, I think if you start late, it could give you some advantage. I don't say advantages because you can't say, but like I feel like you can definitely go longer when you start late, right?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, because I mean you're not pushing it like that.
Exactly. What's up,
What's
Zay?
going on, guys? How you guys
Good, brother.
doing?
Yeah.
Hi, Nate. What's going on, bro?
Hey, what's up, Zay?
Good to see you, my man.
No, yeah, the way I see it is like, okay, you're older, but your body is still fresh. But the advantage is that mentally, you're a lot wiser and smarter. So a lot of the mistakes that, a lot of us made at 21, 22, 23, you kind of skip it because you're too wise to do stupid shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah. I made some mistakes though, like when I was first getting into it.
Yeah.
So,
Who
So,
hasn't? Yeah.
and then I think nowadays everybody's in a rush, right? Oh, I got to turn pro by 25 or this or that. And the truth is that it don't really matter when you like nobody cares. Like you don't get extra points by the judges because you fucking a pro at 21. You know it doesn't. As long as if you have the genetics, the potential, the discipline to make it to the top, that happens regardless. You know whether it's Andrew Jack at 38 his rookie year or you're 25 like Nick Walker. If the ceiling is there and the work ethic is there, it's kind of irrelevant within reason. You don't want to turn pro at 50, but
yeah, I
with,
agree. Absolutely.
within reason. So I don't know. I think most importantly, it's about keeping your body fresh. I don't think people regress from age in itself. Unless I think once you get to 50, I think the age is gonna wear on you. But for the most part, it's injuries, right? It's like internal health or external health, right? Like Ronnie's injuries caught up to him. Dorian's injuries caught up to him. A lot of these people, even Jay tore the bicep. So for the most part, as long as you're not getting hurt and you're healthy internally, I feel like the sky's the limit. I feel like you can go as long as you choose to go. Phil Klahar is what, late 40s, early 50s.
48.
Yeah. He's almost 50.
Yeah, I mean, he's progressing. I mean, Paul looks the biggest I've ever seen him, and he's what 44 now. He's been
Mhm.
progressing a lot every year. So I really don't feel like it's the age in itself. It's more the wear and the tear. For the most part.
Yeah, your
Yeah.
training lifestyle has a lot to do with it too. How you train. If you're banging and slinging weights all your fucking life, like the way Branch does, I don't think that could be conducive to staying in the game for a long time. You know.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't know how Branch did it that long, but he did it.
Yeah, what's so crazy? He still does train like that. You
Yeah,
know.
he does.
I just
Yeah,
seen
yeah.
his videos with James and stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of wild. Gaspari, you see Gaspari training too. He does the same thing.
Oh yeah, Gaspari's form is bad, bro. Very, very bad. Oh shit. Yeah. But it works for him, right? But at some
See,
point, man, we have to be adaptive to what not hurt us. You know what I mean?
I think so. Like I'm never gonna argue what works, right? Because if it works for you, then you're good. My only thing is that it's really the longevity, right? Because we could say, well, would Ronnie look better if he used better form? It's kind of irrelevant because he won 8 times, but could he have lasted longer and won 9 times? there's the possibility, if he let his body recover more or things like that. But then it's like, I don't think some people wouldn't do it any other way. Like nobody's gonna tell Ronnie or Branch what the fuck to do at no point. You're not gonna convince them either way. So it's kind of irrelevant, But I think, what's up, Stu?
Howdy.
So, but
How you
I think from a safety longevity standpoint, the argument is much stronger. Results, some of these guys like Ronnie, like they're gonna grow no matter what the fuck they do. So it almost doesn't even matter. You know what I'm saying? But most importantly, we have to understand that we not Ronnie Coleman. None of us are Ronnie Coleman. So we can't take that risk. We got to train with some more intent. It's good, Stu. So what's up with you, Stu?
Man,
Look,
I had a bitch of a morning. I already told you, but I was gonna go work on my car, and thing didn't start. And my car has a power operated trunk, and I put all my tools and stuff in the trunk. I go try to start the car, it doesn't start. Try a few times, battery's drained. I try to open the trunk, and it won't open because it's power operated. So all my shit's locked in my trunk now, and I ordered one of those jump starter things, so I should be able to get it running. But like, yeah, I just fucked up my whole plans for the day. So I'm here with you now.
Oh, thank you for coming through. Do you have what do you call it? AAA? Don't they do that? AAA or Geico? They'll jump.
I don't have
If
AAA.
you got roadside.
Yeah, if you got roadside, you got insurance, Stu, or you don't want to discuss that?
I have insurance. Fuck.
Hey,
Yeah.
sometimes bodybuilders, I know a few bodybuilders who
I got a story about car insurance, actually, bodybuilding related. So back in 21, I had moved like right before my show, right back in April, and my insurance expired like 2 weeks before my competition. I moved right around the same time. They sent the notification by mail to my old address saying, "Hey, you need to update your insurance because it expired," and I didn't receive it, so I had no idea I was uninsured. But like 5 days after the show, I'm still recovering. I'm all fucked up. I'm exhausted. I'm driving to work, and I fell asleep behind the wheel, and I ran into somebody. And fortunately, nobody was hurt. But turns out I open up my insurance app, and I'm like, "Oh, I don't have insurance." Fucking amazing. So yeah, I'm actually not allowed to drive in the state of Oregon until actually April or May this year, because that was 3 years ago now. So
shit.
yeah, I never went and paid for the special insurance, SR 22, whatever the fuck that you need to do once you get in an accident uninsured or get caught without insurance. And I had no fucking idea. I wouldn't have ever driven uninsured if I had known. But yeah, so big old bill I had to pay to fix this lady's car. But everyone's okay, fortunately. That could have been way worse.
You're okay, dude.
Me too, man. You could sign up like on the spot, right? Like then and there, like in the car, you could be like, hold on one second, give me a second.
Oh, I did. I mean, once I got to work, I still drove to work, and I got on the phone and was like, "Hey, I need insurance now." It was too late at that point.
Oh. My older brother did that, but I don't know if they covered it or not. But he fell asleep behind the wheel, got into a bad accident. He ended up in like a ditch actually, and then, while he's in the ditch, he signed up for Geico. So I don't.
That's crazy.
I really doubt they would have covered that shit, man. Yeah, I tried, but I don't think that's gonna happen, man.
Yeah, I feel like when they do the investigation, they're gonna check the time and be like, he called at 5:00. He was already in the fucking ditch when he called. This is not gonna slide.
There was never even any investigation. I mean, obviously, my insurance wasn't paying for anything. I talked to the lady, got her phone number. I don't know. Nothing really came of it. I just had to pay for her bill. And that was that. It was a nice old, like, it was a nice new Honda Accord too. The thing was like a year old. So that was expensive.
Yeah. Like
drive with insurance, guys.
Yeah. My training partner, he don't got insurance. He just drives with God. God on himself.
Right, dirty.
Oh, shit.
But that shit gets expensive. What's up, Xavier?
What's up, my man? What's happening?
Going
Not
on.
much. We just talking shit. You know how we do, Xavier. We just talking shit. But
Also, Nathan, I've seen your physique before, man. I've mentioned you in one or two of my videos. You've got an awesome physique.
Thank you. Trying to put
You
something
never-
together.
yeah. Hey Xavier, you never mentioned my physique before in one of your videos.
You look all right. You look all right.
It speaks for itself.
Well, thank you anyway, Xavier. No, but what I was gonna say, what the hell we was talking about? Ditches and car insurance.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I was say when I had the Hellcat, I was like 27, 28. And for being from New York, I didn't have a license. We don't drive in New York. We take the train.
Yeah.
So I didn't get my license till I was like, I don't know, 24 maybe.
Wow.
So yeah, so you could imagine you have a new driver with a Hellcat. The insurance was like 1,100, bro. I shit you not.
A month?
A
Oh
month,
yeah,
bro.
easy.
Whoa.
Oh my God.
Bro, the insurance was the same as the car payment. I'm like, what the fuck? Did that even make sense?
That is two terrible financial decisions in one.
So
Like,
2,200 a month. 2,200 a month.
Yeah, and then you got to get premium gas. And I'm in LA sitting in traffic all day driving, I don't know, like 45 minutes, 50 minutes to Gold's Venice. It was just all, but this is what you do at 20. Well, not Stu. Stu is smart.
I
But me-
bought a Lexus, dude. I'm stupid now. I bought a Benz and it's not working. So
Yeah. That's not. Yeah, but at that age, I just didn't have the life experience to know. Look, listen, I knew it was a stupid decision, but I thought I could outwork the stupid decision. I'm gonna work so hard and make more money. It's like, yeah, you got to cap on how much money you about to make, man. You're not doing that well, But I feel
It's
like
a
that
cool
was
car, man, but it's too expensive to have. Shit, 2,200 for not including gas. Damn.
yeah. You also get to a point in life where you understand what really matters. You have to scratch the itches though. You have to scratch the itch of doing certain things, but you get to a point in life where you realize what really matters to you, and that's just not one of the things that matters to me anymore. I don't care about that kind of stuff. More so of trying to make some of yourself, but like in a real way. Not that I got it to show off, but I thought it was cool. I thought it was fun, but it's not a good decision to make as a grown adult. That's something you got to do in your early 20s. Don't do that as a grown man.
yeah, dude. If you buy a car like that, like you have to be into cars, into working on cars, or you're just fucked. Like
Yeah.
I'm able to do a decent amount of work on my car myself. Otherwise, it would just be so expensive.
So stressful.
So, but like I love the car, I like working on the car. So it's like kind of a hobby thing for me. And I don't have like a ton of expensive hobbies besides bodybuilding. That's an expensive hobby.
Most.
The most expensive hobby.
Very expensive.
That's going like hobby to career.
Yeah, you rationalize it like you're making out in the black, but you're really not at the end of the day. I mean, God.
You will.
Yeah, that's so true. Yeah.
If you guys let's say you buy your dream car, right? How long do you think that effect is going to last before you're kind of like, it's okay.
Fuck all.
Well, the
1
thing
month.
is, like, you like the novelty, right? Like, go and get your dream car, and then you start looking at other cars, and you're like, not even like nicer, more expensive cars, just like, oh, I wonder what that would be like to own. Wonder what that would be like, And if you're into cars, like car guys just go through cars. They flip them, they lose money,
You're right.
Sometimes they make money, but very rarely. It's just an expensive hobby, So
Stu is right. Once you get in that mindset, let's say we all would love to be millionaires. Let's say you make a first million, you have $1 million sitting in your bank. That effect is very short lived before you're like, you know what? I want to make 2 million. Just the human brain doesn't work like that. Like you would think, okay, I got my dream car. Oh my God, life, I'm so happy now. But the truth is that you keep looking, like Stu said, you keep looking up like, maybe I get some more mods on. Let me get a custom wrap. Let me get it. It just never stops. You know, it never stops for some reason. So until I got out of that mindset, now I don't care. I barely even wash my car at this point. But but for the first while, you keep thinking about what's next, and you just want more and more, and that shit doesn't stop. So when you get into cars, you're never gonna be content. You're gonna be, but this guy has the wide body, and this one, you know, this one got the red eye, and this one, it just becomes something that's
as long as you got like you're honest with yourself about it, and like, you know, you're not putting yourself in financial peril, then, you know, you need to have disposable income to do anything stupid like this, right? So, and I didn't buy my car because I wanted to show off. It's a 16-year-old car. It's not an expensive car, right? That's not the effect. Most people don't even know what it is. It's special to me though, right? So that's, you know, and I enjoy it. So it's worthwhile, I think. It's a headache.
Man, do you know what I was thinking to myself? I was thinking, I'm like, okay, like I was looking at old Ferraris. I'm like, oh, surely they're not that expensive. I realized old Ferraris because I'm like, maybe that's what I can get one day. Instead of like one of the new Ferraris, I can get like one of the older ones. I'm like, out here in Australia, if you're getting anything like that, it is like double what it would be in America probably as well. It's
good luck maintaining it and getting parts for it. You got to keep in mind, if you buy $100,000 car, you know, for 15 grand, you know, it's 12 years old, it's still going to need the maintenance of $100,000 car, except it has 100,000 miles now, so everything's breaking on it, you know.
that's facts.
It's 100,000, man, gets you nothing in Australia compared to America. Even with the conversion, it's so crazy different. So if you're driving like a Range Rover in Australia, like you are balling like on a decent level, you know, like 40% above what someone in the US would be paying, or 50% or something.
It's you guys all have like funny little cars too. Like you guys have a bunch of like Suzuki's and like Holden's and shit. Yeah, Suzuki Swifts.
Well, Holden's are like
now.
Yeah, they're like dead. That was like the Australian car brand, and then it's just
so
got bought
fucking
out by,
cool, bro. So cool.
I think it got bought out by China and stuff. But back in the day when I was getting into, like, you know, before I'd get my first car and stuff, I used to be into the old Holdens and stuff. But
yeah,
then you sort of get older, and then you realize like like the really old ones, a lot of bogans are into those sorts of cars, and bogans are like I don't know,
hillbillies, yeah, rednecks,
yeah, sort of, yeah. So then you just people just doing burnouts and everything nonstop in those sorts of cars.
Oh, so they've been abused. Okay, yeah,
and then you see old ones on people's front lawns all like fucked up. So no wheels on them. So they became that. Yeah. but the last ones that were made in Australia, the last Holdens, people were buying them for like $50,000 and then selling them for like $150 because they were the last
fucking
ones.
Wild.
Shit.
That was one good investment on cars in Australia.
Go buy a Toyota, guys. It'll make your life a lot easier.
Speaking of dream cars, what are you guys' dream cars? Let's start with Nathan.
Shoot, man, I like fast cars, but I got 4 kids, so I got a Suburban.
I love the Suburban, dude. It's the fucking best.
Nathan, you need an Escalade V. You see those?
Yeah. I was gonna get the Durango Hellcat, but I'm like, man, that's not a family car.
A very practical bags. I think I'll do it.
Do it. Pull the trigger.
The Escalade V, that's the fast one, right? They got the fast one.
It's got like 700 horsepower or something. Is it the same engine as the Hellcat and the Trackhawk and everything?
Nah, because it's Chevy.
Oh, okay. I was confused. Sorry.
Yeah, the
probably
Durango,
like the same as a Corvette.
Uh-huh.
That's an LS in there for sure.
Yeah, the Durango got the Hellcat engine. The Trackhawk, the Durango, the TRX, right? The TRX got the Hellcat engine.
Dude, my old boss had a TRX that he would like. He had a Trackhawk and a TRX at the same time, actually.
And he would.
So we were in construction, right? So we drive to job sites and like help customers and stuff with the stuff we were selling. And like we would just bomb up and down I-5 in this thing, and supercharger line was insane. It was a really comfy car though.
I love it. Yeah,
really comfy. I liked it.
Yeah, when I sold the Hellcat, I was kind of sad for a couple of weeks because that wine, you get used to that wine, you get used to that power, and it just didn't feel the same. So, but by the time I sold it, I was kind of over it. But then once you lose it, I kind of missed it a little bit, But it's okay. It's okay. How about what's Zay's dream car?
Honestly, dude, I'm not really into any cars and shit like that. But if I had to choose, it would be Lamborghini, the SUV one. I don't know what it's called.
An Urus?
Fucking
Urus.
dope
Urus.
car.
The Urus.
Yeah, that's
What-
really cool.
What color you getting? Yellow one?
Red,
Red. Okay.
Sure.
Wrap it purple.
metallic red. That would be cool.
I like the black one. I like the all black cars for some reason.
See, the problem with the Urus is like, first of all, it's like a baller car, right? So, but like it's associated with douchebags who can buy Uruses,
Mhm.
It's like
Is
a
that because
douche
Greg
car.
Doucette got one? Is that what you're saying?
I had no idea, but if the shoe fits, I mean,
Jay has one too.
and yeah, Jay does.
Oh.
Jay's cool. Jay's handsome. We've talked about this, but the problem with the Urus is it's really just like a Q8 or a Q7 underneath, like an Audi RS Q7. It's got the same engine, it's the same chassis. It's just like different body, basically, different interior. Because Audi owns Lamborghini, so I
Oh,
don't know. It's not that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's like $300,000 for what would be like $120,000 Audi. So
I've never been into Lamborghinis, man. I've never. Not that I'm in a position to be into them to begin with, but I never really. It never really caught my eye like that. Like I feel like in LA you see a lot of Lamborghinis, which is
Yeah.
you're kind of like, I don't really know what they do for a living, but you see a lot of that out here. But it's never been my thing, man. Never really been into it personally.
If car prices in Australia changed and all the Lamborghinis that just say we pay like, even with the exchange rate, just say we pay 250K for a Lamborghini or 300K, you guys would be paying like 180 or something, or 190 or something like that. So like if they dropped the prices in Australia to all the US car prices, a lot more people in Australia would have Lamborghinis just because that's what we
Yeah.
see as car prices. So
yeah.
our prices are just crazy. So
Do you guys have crazy emissions laws too? Because I know in the Euro countries have crazy emission standards nowadays.
I'm not really sure. Like, what do you mean by that? Like,
Well, so like a lot of the German companies like Audi, BMW, Mercedes, they're turbocharging, they're doing mild hybrid stuff on their cars because they have to meet these insane Euro 4, I think it's Euro 4 like emissions regulations where like across your whole fleet it has to have a certain amount of like fuel economy and emission standards and shit. And what it means is like you can't have like my car has a 6.2 V8. It's huge, right? They can't make those anymore. It's like they'd have to like nerf the shit out of everything because of the laws. It's less restrictive in the US, but there's still some here. I imagine, I don't know what Australia would be like. I mean, it's so big. There's so few people.
dude, our laws, I just find where we just follow the US, but we're just more strict. So it's like if there's stuff that's like borderline in the US, like peptides or whatever, it's banned here. It's always banned.
I bet it's probably strict there. I have no
It'd be
idea,
strict,
but
yeah.
everything else is. So
We're not as I suppose, I know, like I think it's Germany or maybe it's the Netherlands or something. They have certain like high tax benefits and stuff if you're getting like the all electric cars, like
right. They have that here too.
Teslas.
The incentive
really?
is like the only reason it's practical to buy a Tesla. It's like 6 or 8 grand of government incentives to go and get an electric car. I guess it's kind of practical in California because there's like superchargers and charging network all over the place, but most of the rest of the country, you can't really, if you want to drive from, Washington to fucking Texas, good luck. It's going to be a long trip.
Oh, fuck that! Yeah,
An electric
That'd give me
car.
anxiety, man.
Yeah.
Like, and then you rock up at a charging station. It's like there's 3 people lined up or something. It's like,
Yeah, you got to wait for all of them, and not, maybe one of the 3 stations works. There's a lot of
Fuck
kinks
that.
to work out. If I lived in California, I'd probably have an electric car, to be honest. You know, because fuck paying for that
Probably be
gas.
easier.
Yeah. I don't mind. I don't mind the gas, man. Electric. Something about electric cars. It rubs me wrong.
Yeah,
I feel like
I don't like it.
I feel like it gives too much control. They could just stop my shit when they want to. You know.
Yeah.
Update. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. And
What if I
to fill it up, it just takes too long. You know, like gas is, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, like you're good to go. Electric, you're sitting there for 4 hours.
Yeah.
And the most important part is noise. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I like loud
fucking
cars.
Oh man,
I love it. I love the loud cars.
You got balls, you like loud cars, so
They got
Dude,
like fake noise, which is not it's not
Bro.
okay.
yeah,
It's so
yeah.
weird.
The form. I think it's Formula E. So it's like
the FIA, yeah.
all electric, and you hear him take off, and it's like, "Ooh." It's like, what is happening? And then you even like with the Formula One cars today, compared to what they used to be, like the V12s or whatever they were back in the day,
The V10s,
they
yeah.
sounded. Oh yeah, V10s. Yeah, they sounded crazy, man. Like there's all these things on Instagram because I'm into F1 now, where it just shows like people like that. I think it's like a monkey or something, like listening with headphones on. It's like the sound of like the V10s.
Exactly what you're talking about, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love
the
that shit.
Formula E is like, it's funny too, because like F1 pit stops, they're like a second and a half long. They do all the tires, fill with gas and go. The Formula E, like they have to stop and charge the car. Like you can't do that. You can't like, hot swap a battery pack. Like you just stop and wait while it's charging, and that's your pit stop. It's so boring compared to that.
Yeah,
that's fucking horrible. Imagine pulling off with a fake sound, with like a fake engine sound.
Yeah, because that's what they're talking about in the Formula E, like having that like speaker thing or so. Or actually, I don't know if I was talking about it in that, but I saw someone on an Instagram video or something talking about that fake sound, like speakers on the car, and I'm like,
yeah. Well, they legally have to do that in a lot of countries because they're so quiet. Otherwise, they'll sneak up on pedestrians and run them over. You don't even notice them.
Holy shit! All right, you guys want to make rounds, or you want to talk more about cars?
Wait, you didn't say your dream car either, baby.
Oh shit! At one point it was a Hellcat, but I kind of like the old school cars, the classic cars. Now I always wanted that Bronco that OJ went on the run with. I thought it was a cool, that same exact Bronco. I want that one.
So you can sell it.
Yeah, so that's kind of up my alley. The fucking new Broncos, I'm not into that. I think it's electric, isn't it?
I'm sure they have one.
I'm not. I actually drove it once for my car guy. He let me use it when he was working on my car, but I wasn't into it, man. I want that OJ joint. What about Stu?
I want an E63 AMG wagon because it is a very practical car. I think wagons are sick. They're just and they're like sleeper cars. You can't really tell it's fast, but it's very fast. They're expensive though.
Is that one of those like it looks like a G-Wagon basically?
No, it's like not a G-Wagon. It's a station wagon, but it's got a really fast or really big engine in it.
Hold up, I gotta see this up. I'm not familiar with that. What is it called?
E63 AMG wagon.
AMG wagon. Okay.
My mom had
Sorry,
a E-Class wagon when I was growing. They actually still have it, and it's got like these two rear-facing seats that you can flip up in the trunk, and like you can. I used to ride to school in there, and I'd be like waving at the people behind me in the car.
You talking about this?
Isn't that pretty, man?
Which color are you thinking?
Black,
Really?
like murdered out. Yeah.
Yeah.
You would get it wrapped, or this black suffices?
Just that one. Yeah, wraps are kind of like, I feel like they get damaged if you actually drove the car all the time,
To a point. I mean, mine is damaged because when I'm in prep, I'm always damaging shit. but other than that, yeah, I mean, you want to get the thing. What do you call it? I'm getting a brain for it. When you get the what do you call it? It's like the wax thingy on it.
The PPF film or ceramic coated. I don't know. There's a couple. Yeah, there's a couple different coatings you can put on paint or wraps.
Yeah. Most of my wraps it lasts me pretty good, like 2-3 years, I think, something like that. You know, if you don't take care of it, it might not even last you like a year. You know, so it depends. I just like how wraps look personally. When I get like a satin black wrap, the way it just lays on that car, it gives it a whole different personality, you know?
Yeah.
That's what I'm into. But everybody said their favorite car? Xavier? Oh, you went mute, Xavier.
You hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Yeah, mine's like Ferrari F40, like the old school one. But I thought that would not. I thought you'd be able to get it for an all right price, but I don't know. Looking since I looked, I was like, "Whoa,
bro!" They're like a limited edition. Yeah.
To change your mind. Okay. All right.
But the dream setup is to have like something like Stu said, or like a SUV or something, and something like that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I wanted to pull up that video. What was that? That video. Hold up, I gotta stop share for a second. It's in probably in our DMs. 1 second, gentlemen. How's everybody doing today?
Can't be showing those, man.
How's everybody doing today? Everybody okay?
Yeah.
Good.
This what I was. Me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna start it at 16 weeks out, so another week or two. Where's that video?
I like the relationship advice on our last podcast.
Oh, you like this, Xavier?
Yeah. I feel like I want to interject. I'm used to interjecting, so I'm like,
yeah.
I might know what's my relationship advice anyway.
Yeah, you got experience at least. Yeah,
but I feel like I've got experience on what the fuck to avoid now. So
yeah,
I guess
New Zealanders mostly.
I guess it wasn't really advice, right? It was just like personal experiences, I guess. Something like that. Okay, I was looking for that video from the guy with the quads. What's his name? The young bodybuilder, Jose Pilus. What's that guy name? Stu?
Jose Ma.
That really young bodybuilder.
Oh, the Spanish guy, Josema, yeah.
The other one. It wasn't the other one. It was.
It's Joan Pradels, Joan.
Pradels, right?
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, yeah.
He had a video.
How do you pronounce his actual name?
Juan
or Johan. Or if he's Spanish, then it's probably going to be Johan. Because Juan would be Juan.
Would it be Johan?
I think it's Johan, yeah.
Wait, but they don't pronounce J's, don't they? The J's are H's in Spanish, isn't it? So Juan, that sounds weird.
Joanne.
I actually think it's Joanne.
Jay.
I've done lives with this, and I that's what I was thinking. I think it is Joanne, but I don't want to say that.
But Xavier, keep in mind that they don't pronounce the J's. They pronounce H. Remember, like,
well, someone could have been trolling me, man. Like that seems like something that someone would do in YouTube comments. So,
you know, when Spanish people, like, when they make a laughing sound, they write down J-A, and you're like, well, what does that mean? Because it's supposed to mean like
that's H. Brazilians do that.
No, but then it's the opposite. They pronounce R's as H's. Like a R in Brazil is an H. So really? So Raphael isn't Raphael. It's Raphael.
What?
You sure about that?
Well, that's what I've heard, and then I've heard Flex Lewis calling him Raphael lately. But then I spoke to to Miguel Chain, who's like the guy who pretty much speaks English, speaks Portuguese, and he's got a YouTube channel. It's got like 150K subs. And I did a little interview with him, and then he was saying it was how did he say it was pronounced? He said it was Raphael. So it's like Raphael.
There's no R's, bro.
Then I've heard that. Maybe he was giving me the English pronunciation. I don't know.
Basically, yeah. There's a lot of people from Brazil out here, and they don't pronounce R's. Anybody with an R in their name, they pronounce like an H. You know,
most Asian people don't pronounce R's, do they?
I don't know. How about that?
No, they don't.
And then
true.
So,
I think that's rude to say, though. So.
Is it? Okay. I'm not saying Asian people that live in English-speaking countries, but when people come from certain Asian countries and come to an English-speaking country, they struggle to pronounce R's. That's not bad.
If you're Spanish and your name is Juan, they don't say Juan, they say Juan. Or like if your name is Jesus, it's Jesus. It's not Jesus or Jesus. So it's like
Jesus is a long way away from Jesus. You know what I mean? It's not even one letter. You know what I mean?
It gets close. What's up, Nick?
What up?
What's up, bro?
What's up, man?
Glasses
How you
going.
doing?
You got a haircut? You got a lineup? Let me see that fade, bro.
Oh no, I mean I got it on Friday. It's growing back already.
Okay. How you feeling,
My hair
bro?
grows fast. Huh?
How you feeling?
I feel good.
Well, since you're here, let me make you nervous real quick.
About who?
Let me get you on your toes real quick.
This doesn't bring me pleasure.
Does this not serve you?
Let me see. I'm about to make Nick sweat real quick. Okay.
You know what I see most when I look at this?
The way you
I see someone that looks good standing alone. That's what I see.
Oh man, I can't help it. When Nick is on, I gotta.
Do you think he'll make second place or not second place?
He's not concerned.
Who's doing the show that we know of that beside me, him, and Stu?
Talking about New York or Brazil?
New York.
I keep hearing more people, right? Didn't I hear? Oh,
Well, is the question referring to New York or Brazil?
New York. Can we? Is it public that
I don't know.
I don't know if it's public, so let's not say it.
I don't know if it's public.
So let's
Robin mentioned it a few times, bro.
Yeah, but let Robin do that.
Robin's been talking about it.
But we're not gonna do it.
I want to know.
So who else? Nexzilla keeps saying he's starting prep, but we don't know if he's gonna do anything.
Bro,
he's not doing it. I don't think he's doing it.
In 8 weeks, he's not doing it. He's going to Germany. He's going to FIBO.
Yeah, he's not on point.
I don't know. How about Brett Swanson is doing it, huh?
No, Brent is doing California. He's not doing New York.
Wait, so who the fuck is doing New York? I thought it was a bunch of people doing it.
Is Quint doing it?
Who's that?
Can't say.
We don't know.
Signed an NDA.
Who's Quint?
Yeah, we don't know what he's up to.
Yeah,
I have a feeling Quint's doing it from something he hinted on a podcast a while ago, but I don't know. But he's doing something around then, so
I don't know who that
has
is.
to be.
Yeah, he's doing something around there.
Never heard of her.
Yeah, I don't know. but anyways, yeah. Who's actually? I don't know now who's doing it. I thought there was a bunch of guys doing it. Now I can't think of one person.
There's the Spanish guy, the Angel Colburn.
Oh, there's that Angel's doing it too.
Yeah, Angel. Okay,
Yeah, Angel's good.
Man, he's legit. He's fucking 5'0" or something, but he's good. He's very good.
Peeled.
How
Does
about,
anyone know if he was like right against the weight limit as well? Because one thing that
he's
some people
so big. Look at
because his legs would be the only thing that would flatten out a little bit, but he's stacked, man.
Well, there was a video of him like 225, and he was ripped to the bone. So I'm assuming that he had a hard time making weight. You know. I mean, he don't need he don't need to do 212, but that kind of condition, he don't need to be doing.
Hey, Beatty,
212.
can you translate that? He's saying something about weight there.
Oh yeah.
The weeks
You mean
pass, and every day I am
Get it
more
straight.
satisfied
yeah,
with
you're
this
right.
new version.
He's right actually. Yeah.
Around 108
8
kilos in
in
this
this
photo.
picture. Yeah. And imagine
Imagine having to lose 12 kilos from
which
here.
is 20 like
So
30
imagine
pounds.
having to make 212 basically from here.
That was really good, Stu.
Ah,
I got a little high school Spanish.
Yeah.
38.
That was really good.
a
Yeah.
Puerto Rican,
Oh, you got
Rican
translation.
thing there.
That Puerto
God
Rican.
damn it, I'm not Puerto Rican.
But you know what? You know what's crazy? Stu's translation is actually better than this translation because this sounds weird the way they put it.
All right.
That's Stu. Hey,
I still
Stu,
got
man.
it, man.
Hey, man. All right.
I don't
So-
think he would be in the top. Though.
Do you ever translate any of these posts and they sound so poetic from like I don't know, like Hardy's posts or whatever?
Oh,
I think
yeah.
Hardy's are poetic, but some of them just sound just so unusual. Some of the translations.
I think he probably speaks in a poetic way in Farsi because I think it's a pretty artful language as I understand it, but that doesn't
Mhm.
translate well to English, you know? It doesn't. There's like, figures of speech and ways that they talk that are not going to just, go A to B.
Yeah,
All right. What about Akeem and De La Rosa? Would they be doing New York?
The team's not.
Oh, fucking Martin's doing New York. Martin's
Really?
doing Detroit and then
Yeah.
New York. Yeah, he said he's
Martin,
doing
that's
New York.
right.
Yeah.
I forgot about Martin. Martin is doing New York.
Shoot, you haven't competed
Oh.
against him since North Americans, dude.
No.
I know.
Wow.
That's a battle.
Martin's looking good.
Let me see, Martin.
His Texas look was really good.
That's not a good picture. He doesn't post like physique updates like that. Not really. These are not good
I think he-
photos. Okay.
I think he looks good, man.
This is old though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all.
That is
Go up
January.
more.
I mean, listen, Martin's gonna look crazy. I mean, I don't really have to see a picture to know Martin's gonna be shredded and full and round and all that. He's a really, really good bodybuilder. You say go up?
Yeah, go back to the top left one.
Or
That one's crazy.
Listen, man, I think Martin is actually really underrated. If I'm being honest, him not getting invited to the Arnold when he could have been as high as, let's say fourth. Yeah, I think he could have beat De La Rosa depending on what how peaked he is.
Yeah, man, that is he's punching the air right now. That's frustrating. Seeing what some of those guys looked like who got invited is like,
Bro, Horse MD got invited off of doing one show and getting third place, and Martin
and having a
Martin
million followers. Let's be honest.
Hmm.
Nothing against him.
And
It's like
one
like
other
we-
thing, it's also harder if you're not American. I mean, if you're not American, it's easier.
Really?
They love the international guys in the
Oh,
Arnold.
you're
You,
right.
you look at all the different countries they have. If you like, that's why there's pretty much always an Australian guy when there's an Australian pro. A lot of the times, anyway. Josh Lenardowitz, Luke Wood. There's always like you always get sort of a one up, you know.
How the fuck is Horse MD more qualified than Martin to do the Arnold Classic? That's what I
I
would
don't think he is.
literally a million plus followers. I mean, we bring up this follower count like it's not anything against the competitor to say that, but it is going to help him like with stuff like this. It's definitely
Oh,
not going
yeah.
to hurt him, you know.
I don't know. Because yeah, I mean Martin has some followers, but he's not like a social media guy like that per
Yeah.
se. Well, maybe Martin has to start posting more on social media. I don't know. But back to Nick's first segment.
You know who else? The German guy. Fuck, what's his name?
Buddhism?
Buddhism?
Yeah, Budesheim. Yeah, Tim Budesheim.
Oh, Buddhism.
How do you spell his name?
Tim.
B-
Just type Tim.
Budesh.
It's not Buddha.
There you go.
Stu be knowing how Stu be knowing shit, man. How Stu knows
Follow
how to
him,
spell that
baby.
last name?
He commented on one of my posts. See you in New York.
Oh, I don't follow him. Well, he don't follow me neither. But I guess that's fair. How the fuck would he know me? All right, let's see. He looks big as fuck here.
He's grown a
Yeah, it
ton.
looks massive.
Yeah, because he was known for being like, I thought he was undersized, right, in the past.
Yeah, well, he was always super conditioned. He did the last show he did, I believe, was Tampa in 22, and I beat him there, and I looked like crap there. I think he was kind of off at that show.
Yeah, this is how Nick looks without filters.
Fact.
All right.
Too much filters in this day and age.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of filters, let me pull up my favorite bodybuilder of all time. This my guy. This my guy right here. This the bro.
That the homie?
That's
What
the
else,
homie right
yeah?
here. All right, so check out his toes on point as always. But Stu, can you translate this?
No, no.
Wait, it's in Portuguese?
Yeah, it's in Portuguese. I don't speak
Have a guess,
Portuguese.
Paddy.
I don't speak Spanish either, to be clear. I just
But isn't he Russian? Why are they not in Russian? All right.
because I bet most of his following is in Brazil now.
Yeah. All right. What do you guys think about
They're doing
check
unique work. Unique
they are?
work. You see that at the end? Together.
Exceptional and unique
Chris
work.
All right. So looking at his check-ins, what stands out first to you guys?
He looks very flat from the last check-in he posted.
Oh, yeah?
Very flat. Yeah. And you know, I don't know. I'm starting to have my doubts. I had him in a high spot, but now looking at this, you know.
Zayd's hard to please.
Yeah.
Almost
I
as hard
still
as Beatty.
got Raphael winning.
Yeah.
I think he looks phenomenal in these pictures. My only thing is that I'm having I really just don't know if this is a really true representation of how he looks in person. That's the hard time I'm having.
Man, I cannot wait for him to get on stage so we can just stop talking about whether his pictures are legit or not.
Yeah.
Who,
Seriously.
I saw on a podcast. I can't remember what podcast, but somebody said they saw him at a show he competed in, and he was like 5'5". Who said that? Somebody said that.
I think we were talking about that on my podcast, I think.
Oh, that might have been your podcast.
I think it's
Yeah,
5'7".
Everyone thought we was talking about Raphael because Stan said, "Oh, he's 5'5", and every person in the comments they're like, "Who's taller, Hasbulla or Raphael?" And people just giving so much. I'm like, we're talking about fucking good Vito. But yeah, I don't think he's 5'5". I think he's like 5'6" or something.
Because he was a super, so that means on that overall he was starting next to the heavyweight and light heavy, but he was the shortest one by. Right, which tells you
I'm taller than Good Vito.
Yeah, for sure. Well,
That's the thing. He looks tall in photos, but that's the thing. I think when he stands next to like some of these guys, I just don't think it's going to be. And I feel like unless he really impresses way past what I think he'll do, then he's just going to cop it online once he stands on stage. And I feel for him in advance, you know, because I just feel like I know what's going to happen.
What I will say is that I think we can all agree on. I think for sure he's gonna have really really impressive legs. He's gonna have like a really good waist, good taper, V taper, great shape. I think the only thing that we have to see now is how much muscularity he has and conditioning, right? Like how big is he? How muscular is he? He's not a big person, but does he have enough muscle to be competitive? And does he have enough condition to be competitive? I think that's all we have to do. But as far as his shape and structure, genetics, I think we can all agree that he's pretty insane when it comes to that, right?
Yeah, I mean, Tonio isn't a big person either. Angel Calderon is not a big person.
No,
They're still very dangerous.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying, because because Angel has the muscle mass and condition.
And he's
Tonio
also,
has
he's really wide too. I'll give him that. Like he's not tall, but super wide.
super wide, yeah. And Antonio is not as wide, but he has the crazy round muscle belly. So as long as Vito has the muscle mass and the condition, then he's gonna be right up there. You know, we just that's all that remains to be seen. You know,
If he has that conditioning going through the chest, and we get to see that on stage, that will help him a lot. But you just look at where his delts like go into his arms. You know how like you got Tonio and a lot of these other guys, top guys, where it just cuts in really like aggressively, like into the arm from a delt, and his just don't as much. Because I was watching like old footage of him when he turned pro in 2022, and he's hitting a crab most muscular, and there's just no real huge pop from the delt to the arm, and it's just not crazy separated in that way, like like each muscle group. But I mean, it was weird too because he sort of looked soft on stage in that contest, but he still had those cuts in the quads. Like he had cuts through his medialis, you know, like that's not a super common thing, and he's got that, but then just from the back just looks a bit washed out. So he's working with Vecito now. So if Vecito peaks him properly, maybe that sort of fixes that flat sort of look on stage or watery sort of look.
On the other podcast we did, on Xavier's podcast, Nathan mentioned that one of the legs was a bit off from the injury. Nathan Diasher, not Dandridge. But I don't know if I see it, if I'm being honest.
I don't know what he was talking about.
Yeah. I don't know if I see it. I mean, maybe you're talking about this divot, maybe? I don't. That looks like a cut to me. I don't know. I don't really see it, if I'm being honest.
I feel like the other leg looks slightly smaller. I mean, but I don't think it's a big deal either.
I don't think so. I don't think it's noticeable unless if you're looking at it, maybe the balance is a little bit off between the legs, but it's not enough to notice unless you're just looking for it.
Yeah,
So.
I only noticed because I looked for it. You know, it's not. That's not going to be anything that's an issue. Heaps of guys have one leg slightly bigger than the other. Like Jay had it, Hardy has it. Like it's not unless it becomes a big discrepancy. You know.
Yeah, I think yeah, everybody has a little bit of an imbalance as long as it doesn't. All right, anything happen in the industry that's worth talking about?
It's been dry.
There's have you seen the George Farah movie coming out?
George Farah has a movie?
He's got a movie.
Check it out. Guru documentary. Check it out. It is
what the fuck?
Like on Prime and everything. It's typing Guru.
Really?
I watched Phil Heath yesterday.
Is it good, Nick?
I want to see it.
I thought it's probably one of my favorite ones.
Oh shit.
Ooh, I'm gonna get that.
I gotta go watch. Send me the link, Xavier, after you buy it.
I ran into him yesterday at the gym.
Who?
He was a cool guy. Phil.
Oh, Phil, he's in LA?
LA.
Yeah, yesterday.
Oh.
Nice.
What am I doing? What am I looking at? Oh, you looking at the documentary? Okay. The Guru documentary.
Yeah. But it's got a lot of people in it, like talking about George Farah, but it talks all about how he was like shot and then on the Olympia stage and how he's prepped all these people. I don't know.
Was George the guy who had kidney failure?
He had cancer.
He had cancer. Okay.
He did have cancer.
I'm thinking of someone else. One of these. It was not him, but one of these gurus, like the old school guys, he had kidney failure, and he started selling this like magical kidney cleanse protocol for like shitloads of money to like desperate people. And it turns out he got a transplant. So it was all bullshit. I forget which guy it was though.
I know names that have had kidney issues. I don't want to say their names to associate them with this.
Well, yeah, he was primarily known as a coach.
I don't remember
his fucking name.
Not Don Long.
No.
See, it sounds like I'm thinking bad about that person, but I don't know.
He was a
Don
New
Long
York guy, the New York area guy. I can't remember. But yeah, that was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Hey, if you want to put him on blast, you gotta know his name, Stu.
It's his lucky day.
He got away. All right. I don't see none. I don't see none that jumps out at me. So let's. Oh, okay. See, you can't make a 5'5" person become 5'9" for the photo. You know. But
Yeah. And see what I mean about the delts going into the arms? Like, see what Raphael has?
I
Yeah.
see it. Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, I think that's the indicator of condition as well. Because I know when I get below a certain amount of body fat, you see that clear separation, right, in the shoulder cap. So
that's an older photo of Vito, though, surely.
I don't know. Oh, you mean
Oh.
yeah, not as current.
Yeah.
Maybe like a couple of weeks ago. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's hard to say, man. It's hard to say with some of these. Oh, look at Nick Zilla.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? He said prep starts soon.
Not New York.
I wonder what maybe he'll do like Dubai or something.
Okay, is this guy gonna make it to stage this year?
Well, he's
He's got a hernia going there. You see that?
yeah. He'll probably need that
Yeah.
taken care of at some point before,
It'll be
So
a
I noticed
reason
when I
to
had
drop
mine-
out of a show.
Yeah. Mine kept getting worse, like just progressively, just slowly over time.
When you have the amount of hype that he had on his name, you got to capitalize on that, man. You have to capitalize on that. And then on top of that, when you give Arnold your word that you're doing it and you don't do it, and then you tell Steve, you shake Steve's hand and say, I'm doing it, and you don't do it, I don't think that's a good look at all. I don't think that's a good look at all. You got
I was looking back at like some of his older photos from like when he was in the Elite Pro League and like contest footage. I was trying to find like, has this guy ever been shredded before? And he has never been shredded. I don't know if that's a matter of like genetics, like some guys, or if he just hasn't, done things properly. But I mean, he's literally never been in shape. So
on a different podcast, I heard that he's hard to get a hold of and hard to get I guess in control of. Basically, he kind of does his own thing, which kind of seems accurate from everything that's been going on.
He's meant to be coming out to Australia.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Oh.
Tony Doherty said he was coming out and guest posing at the season A shows here, which what even is the date now? That'd have to be coming up pretty soon. Like in the
wait,
next month
season
or
A, is
so.
that like a promoter?
No. So we have pretty much two groups of shows in the year in Australia. So you got season A and season B. So season A is normally like when we had the Arnold Australia, that was season A. So you'd have the state shows, then it'd end at the Arnold Australia. Then you got season B, which is the state shows, and then it ends at the nationals.
Okay.
And they're the two big shows we have, and that's it.
Michael Lucy, he did a bunch of shows
Yes.
last year. He gave me a shirt or a sweatshirt that says season A on it. So I guess that's what that means.
Yeah, it would have been one of the comp ones or something.
Yeah, the more you know.
What's that other picture? You posted something else.
Hmm?
Thought you posted different for Stu. You posted a bunch of.
That might have been blue.
Oh, I saw one that I wanted to see again. Maybe here. Oh, I think it was the home ones. Hold up. 1 second. The ones at home. Okay, these are the ones at home. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice, Stu. How much more pounds you think you got to peel off?
I'm already
From this-
258. So I'm probably going to be lighter than I was last year at this rate. I'm a lot leaner than I was at this point in prep last year. Just comparing pictures, it's a big difference.
Wait.
But
You think you're gonna be lighter on stage than you were last year?
yeah,
Why is that?
because I'm going to push my conditioning harder. Probably going to lose some tissue in the process, but I mean, I'm not going to beat Nick on size,
Yeah.
So I'm going to try to be conditioned and have better shape, and that's all I can really count on.
When you compare the pictures, right, at like a similar weight, do you appear like a lot leaner than last year? Or it's hard to
I actually, Blue sent me a comparison picture of like, it was like 9 weeks out. I was like 12 pounds lighter this year, but like my back double and everything looked a lot bigger.
Okay.
And a little bit leaner, but like it was surprising to me. But yeah.
Well, with you, it's hard to say for sure until you see the final look, because your physique stays around, you stay around the same weight, but your physique makes a lot of changes like the last 4 weeks, right? Like I noticed you'll be like 250 like 4 weeks out, and then be 250 on stage, but look completely different, you know, with the process, I guess you gotta do.
At the end, we do a lot of zigzagging and like pushing down and refeeding and adding, compounds in, and that changes your look a lot. But I think I'll probably just end up being lighter this year, which I'm fine with. I'm trying not to fixate on the scale as much as last time.
Feel that.
Sure. Your conditioning wasn't bad last year, but yeah, obviously, if your physique can go to that level where you can get that bit more conditioning and still bring enough of a fullness, then
yeah. It had that like young guy muscle look to it when I've looked at pictures, like lean but not hard, if that makes sense.
That's my only concern, because I don't know if you have to be that much leaner, bro. I gotta be honest with you. I feel like you were already shredded. I feel like maybe like a 5%, like barely a little bit drier. But I didn't feel like you had any body fat on you, if I'm being completely honest. So I don't know if you need to drop that much. But what do I know?
See.
From last year.
Yeah.
I thought Stu was fat free personally. But
yeah,
absolutely.
I guess you don't know till you try, right? You don't know.
Well, I mean, I kind of based that off of. Hey, you scrolled right past Nick. What the fuck?
Where? Oh, okay.
I kind of based that off of like how hard I had to push my prep, because I wasn't dieting hard last year. Like I felt pretty good throughout the whole thing, which is like, I don't know. In my mind, it's like, oh, I can push this harder. Will I actually need to? I don't know. We'll see. But
I didn't know Nick tore his chest, but that's what I've been hearing online, that he tore his chest.
I gotta speak on that real fast. Do people really think I would ever fucking post an update picture of a show I'm doing with a torn muscle?
You underestimate how retarded these people are. How retarded bodybuilding fans are. Like, insane. We're talking like 60 to 70 IQ range, like just mouth breathers.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about how ridiculous that sounds, because you have like a yellow mark, it means you tore your chest. Is crazy. But hey, like Stu said, you can't. I guess I think we give them too much credit, the bodybuilding fans, because they're not that bright. All right, I think that's it.
Yeah, man. I laughed at that because as soon as I saw the bruise, I'm like, people in the comments, I guarantee you. And then it was like the third or fourth comment down, I saw someone be like, dude, you tear your pec or something like that. And I'm just like, here it goes.
I didn't even think about it, to be honest. I wouldn't even think that was even going to be an issue.
People need something to talk about. If your name's in there.
Speaking about something to talk about, you guys want to talk about Samson and Milos again?
Fuck off.
No.
But somebody told me he posted something and deleted it. I didn't see the post.
I didn't see that either. Somebody sent it to the group chat. I was like, what the fuck was that?
Did anybody catch it? What did Samson say? At this point, it don't even matter, because I think his emotions are just all over the place. So he's kind of venting online.
I mean, shit, he's qualified for next year. He should. I'm not going to tell him what to do, right? But like,
tell him. Go ahead.
Do you think he'll compete again this year?
I hope not.
He's not qualified for next year, though, is he?
Yeah, he's third, bro.
Yeah, he got third place, so he's qualified.
That's for this year, though.
Yeah,
next year. Yeah. Wait, Arnold top 3 used to qualify. That's not a thing anymore.
It's just a winner. Yeah.
Oh no, you gotta win. But who cares? He's qualified for the Olympia, bro. Chill out. Rest.
Yeah. Somebody said that he should even skip the Olympia and focus on the Arnold. I don't
know if that's not going to happen.
I don't know. Oh yeah, because Nick is doing Arnold.
Well, I'm just saying, why would you miss the Olympia? It's dumb.
Oh, okay. But are you doing Arnold, Nick?
Well, I said I probably will, and now there's posters on Instagram going out everywhere saying I committed already. I didn't know I put a contract in, but okay.
You got to be careful,
Nick.
these days, right?
Nick, I got to be honest. I put a video out and I said,
You fucker.
that was my bad, man.
You're the
Xavier,
problem,
come on, man.
Xavier
Xavier
is part of the problem.
Well, on your
man.
podcast, you said, guy was saying about if you won the Olympia and you like 500K says otherwise. I love that, man. That was funny.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's not set in stone yet. It's not guaranteed yet.
Yeah. As of right now, do I want to do it? Yes. But keywords, I want to do it.
Yeah.
I'll change that title.
Yeah. Because like we don't know the future because we don't know
realistically, I would love to do all the Arnolds.
Mhm.
Why not?
Yeah.
I think that's awesome.
Nick, are you? I mean, obviously it's hard to tell since last year you tore the hamstring, you couldn't do the Olympia, and it looked like you were on track to look great there. Are you a guy where like you can only compete once a year, twice a year, or
100%?
Okay.
I can't do multiple shows.
Okay, so like but you can handle doing the Olympia and the Arnold.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, when he did New York, Arnold, and Olympia, I thought he looked better every show. No, I thought he looked better. At the Arnold
I think at all three of those shows, I think the Arnold was my favorite, my best look at the time.
Okay.
I think for the Arnold or for the Olympia, I was just a touch flat than I was at the Arnold. But to me, it was still a really, really good look. I mean, I was top five, but
do you think that was a side effect of dieting for so long or just a peak?
Yeah, because I started prep for New York, I think in like January or February, and I went pretty much that whole year technically.
Yeah,
because that year the Olympia was what the second or third week of October.
I think that was later that year. I think
no. 20 because the Arnold was 2 weeks before. So I remember that was like a COVID lopsided year.
Yeah,
it was. Yeah, it was. Yeah, the Arnold was close to the Olympia, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was 2 weeks before.
Oh shit, that's not bad. That's kind of nice, actually, right?
Because I think they pushed it back to the end of September-ish, because in March the whole COVID, like they just didn't do it in March. Because I remember I won New York in May in Florida. And then that was when they wanted me to do the Arnold. And at the time, I said no because I just wanted to focus on the Olympia. And then the list came out. And then I'm like, I'll do the Arnold. Yeah. And then I just had the confidence I was going to win it. So I won it. And then 2 weeks later was Olympia that year. But it was, I know myself, and I'm doing long preps for almost it's not good for me.
Shit, I remember that year. Everybody thought Akeem was gonna win the Arnold. Remember, because he had got 6th place at the Olympia. Yeah, and that was that year, right? I think that was that year.
No, I think that was a few years before.
I think I predicted Nick to win that one.
No, you didn't. Stop lying, the Olympia.
Yeah, I did. I definitely predicted. Well, Nick, was that the best year of your career, or like your most favorite year? Because that was like. I remember going into New York, you weren't even predicted by most people to win that show, and you won the New York and the Arnold.
I won that show with flying colors, homie.
Yeah, I know. It was shocking because I think a lot of people were like, Justin's the safe bet to win that show. And looking back on it now,
I don't think they knew what to expect because I mean it wasn't even a full year. Like it was like 6 or 7 months. I did Chicago. Like it wasn't even that long ago when I did Chicago. So I didn't think people expected to make the improvements that I did in a short amount of time, and I did.
I thought, okay, before that point of time, right? The young people, it kind of took them longer to make waves. Like the whole pay your dues thing was like, I don't know if it was real, but at least it felt that way to us. So
Well,
I'm looking. Mhm.
here's what
He
I'll
paid
say
it in
on that.
Chicago.
Yeah, he paid it already.
I think the whole, pay your dues thing it's cool, and I think I get it. But when you're just undeniable, it would be bad for me to pay my dues,
Yeah, no facts. Like looking at it, right? Okay, we saw Nick in Chicago. I'm like, okay, Nick could have won the show, but he got fourth. But if you're looking for muscularity and conditioning, like, you could make an argument for him winning. I think some of his poses was a little different, and then he changed that for the arm, and he changed that. So
I was not mad. I got fourth. I was pretty. The only person I thought, like, realistically, I thought I should have beaten at that was Max Charles during that show. But I was not like mad, upset that I lost to Akeem and Justin, because in my opinion, at that show specifically, they were both really, 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 really good. So I wasn't upset. I was actually happy. But I just remember going back to the hotel room after that show, and I just said to Matt, I'm like, they'll never beat me again, and they never did.
So the reason I thought Justin was going to win New York is because of Chicago. So I'm like, Nick is beating him off of condition. Nick is more muscular than him, but he won, I guess, off of shape. I don't know.
Akeem won Chicago.
Oh, I'm sorry, but Justin placed ahead of you, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was thinking that Justin was going to win New York for the same reason he won Chicago. I'm like, okay, I guess muscularity and condition isn't enough for some reason in this, so they're probably gonna, Justin's gonna win. But in New York, Nick was a lot improved as well, so it wasn't even close. So that I guess, when that's the case, then you're gonna win regardless.
I think I was like 5 pounds heavier from Chicago to New York at the time, I believe.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but also the way you pose, it made your physique look better, like your abs. Cause in Chicago, we couldn't see how good your midsection was, because the way he was posing.
No, it's elongated, and I just think I get why people don't like that, because it makes my legs look smaller. So I do have a long torso. So we just kind of fucked around with it, really, and we just decided to see how it looked crunched, and a lot of people liked it and thought it was better, so we just tried it.
Yeah. Well, all right, let's get into questions so we don't go on 4 hours,
Yeah.
All right. Let's start with how do you handle mental struggles while bodybuilding?
Suck it up, pussy.
Like with life or actual mental struggles in bodybuilding?
It says while bodybuilding, so I guess anything goes.
What does it even mean? Like,
yeah, I don't. That's vague.
Everyone's dealing with shit. You deal with it. Be a man. Like
the same way men deal with anything else, I guess. The first instinct is to try to solve the problem. So if there's something that's giving you extra anxiety, like a friendship, a relationship, whatever situation you're going through, try to fix it. If it's a financial thing, I guess try to get a better job, whatever the case is. And other than that, you might have to suck it up for the rest of prep and then handle it after prep. But the same way men handle anything else, we take care of the issue. If we can't, we just leave it up to it is what it is, right? I guess that's
it is what it is. Love that phrase.
It depends on the person too. Like some people might be at the level where you need, and I think it's good for people to have like psychologists, you know what I mean, and have someone to actually plan and talk through things and all that sort of stuff as well, because there's some people, man, especially in bodybuilding, like sometimes bodybuilding is an outlet for people that are having like mental struggles. So I think sometimes you see a lot of it in bodybuilding, and I don't think it's necessarily, sometimes it is a side effect of bodybuilding, but I think it attracts a lot of people that are having mental struggles, and trying to get over something. So I think, having someone to talk to, like whether it's a mate or it's, a psychologist or something, that can definitely help. As much as it's like, especially as a man, to reach out and just admit like, oh yeah, I need that help. to take that step, that's a bigger step, and then you're on a roll.
Hey, man, not 99% of men need therapists. We just too stubborn to do it.
Yeah,
Simple as that.
Facts.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, like the reason
Facts.
I don't see a therapist is because I'm too fucking stubborn to see one. But if I'm being honest, I think all of us need some fucking help. What the fuck is
I thought
life is hard.
That's what the
I could use a good
podcast
therapist.
is for.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Just talk to your boys. That goes a long way, man.
That's true.
Yeah,
I
think
agree.
True,
you
but
kinda
there's
need to-
probably a lot of things we can't say on here. You know what I mean?
Well,
No.
The,
We can't
the
say
post
anything on here.
podcast is
Oh,
the good
yeah.
shit.
Yeah, but on the
I would say
podcast.
to be go ahead.
No, you go ahead, Nate.
No, I was saying like you kind of got to be structured and have a plan, and you're gonna have to take your emotions out of it, because our emotions are gonna go up and down, especially depending on where we're at in the off season or if we're in season, especially when we're on all these drugs and stuff. So, I mean, stick to the plan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta be when it comes to like being a man, like the idea that men don't have emotions or feelings obviously is not true. It's just that you have to learn how to deal with it. You can't just react to your emotions. You have to sit there, think about it, and then make the right choice. We don't have the liberty to just say, I feel like this, so I'm gonna just do whatever the fuck I feel, right? You have to sit there and be like, okay, this is probably not a good choice. Let me wait until my emotions are a little better before I make these decisions. Because you make decisions out of emotion, bro, your life is not gonna go the way you want your life to go.
No, I agree.
It's just not. So, try to take a deep breath, relax, don't make any sudden movements, and then wait until the emotions pass and then do it. When you're in prep, don't make any big life decisions in prep because you're not thinking clearly. You think you are at the moment. You think you got it, down packed, but you don't. So I guess I think we kind of answered this question, right? Any mental struggles?
Yeah.
If you're open to it, maybe see a therapist. I don't want to say that because I've never done it, but I think it can help a lot of people.
And sometimes, like, if you are bodybuilding, like, maybe don't start a prep if you're like in a bad spot, because it's probably not going to get better with a shitload of dieting and what other hormones you're stuffing in your body. It's probably unwise.
Yeah, I can't even tell what's me and what's the hormones at this point. We're like one. I can't even tell the difference. I don't even know what's going on. All right. Any good bodybuilding gyms in Phoenix?
Yes, there is. Let's see. There's the Muscle Factory. I think that's probably
That's a
number
good
one.
one.
There's TG, the gym over in Mesa. And there's another one, forgetting the name of it, but it's in North Phoenix. Fitness One. That's actually where Dennis James trains out of.
What are they called?
Fitness One.
Okay.
Up in the north side of town.
Fitness JUAN.
Yeah, it is Phoenix, but not fully Mexican. Yeah, there's some good gyms down there. A hell of a lot more than up here. Jeez.
A little bit of I don't know about that. Do you think Bumstead and Samsulik ruined gym culture? I don't think I see it that way. I don't think so at all.
No, their fans are cringy sometimes, but it's not their fault.
I don't think they ruined anything.
I would actually prefer seeing young kids in baggy clothes lifting heavy than how they were training like 5 years ago. Because for a while, it was like the pretty boy thing was like cool to wear a bunch of cool clothes and film videos, but not train hard. So I would rather see kids with hats and long hair training heavy, personally. I don't think that's bad influence, really.
There's still plenty of pretty boys out there for sure, but like, I mean, just don't be cringy. Is that hard?
I think for some people, because I don't think they know they're
You're
being
right.
cringy.
For some people, it's impossible. Never mind. Yeah.
Cause we, I think because we grew up watching Ronnie and Jay work out, so we're in some ways we just emulated hard work and heavy training. But what if you grew up watching I don't want to disrespect anybody, but what if you grew up watching fit guy Sty? I don't know, some random Instagrammer.
Nah, man, don't do that. Start calling people out.
Who's cringe that to call out that works out weird?
Well, it's not like I said, it's not the influencers necessarily. Some of them are weird, but like a lot of it's just young kids who are, they don't know how to act yet. Like you said, they don't realize they're being goofballs a lot of the time.
Think about videoing yourself at 18 or something, man. And if it was out there now, you'd be like, oh God, I was an idiot, And you I think about how when I was a kid, how I used to say, me and my friends used to just say stupid shit. But if I was to listen back on that now, I'd be like, dumb kids. You know what I mean? You just instantly think that. So I try to give like these kids sometimes at the gym when you hear them saying like stupid shit, like in the change rooms, whatever. I just give them that grace because I'm like, I was stupid at one point. I thought these things. I think it's just sometimes the only thing is that kids sometimes see it and they think they need to be a certain level or they're not shit. You know what I mean? So this is where kids might be led to wanting to take things when they're super, super young. Because everyone's heard stories of a 16-year-old or a 17 or an 18-year-old doing gear or crazy amounts of it. You know what I mean? Everyone's heard that sort of story at some point. So it's influencing these kids at some point. So that's the only thing. But it's not Sam Sulek or Chris Bumstead's fault. I think Bumstead's awesome. Like he's a great ambassador. Sam Sulek seems like such a good guy. It's just I think
Sam
kids
was fucking awesome when I met him in person.
Who?
Yeah,
Sam.
Great guy.
He was.
Yeah. It's like I think when you're young, you're gonna emulate what you find cool. So I see kids emulating Sam. Here's the thing: Sam is actually training hard, but they don't know how to train hard yet. So they're trying to emulate training hard. Right, so they're yelling because you hear Sam Grant, so they're like yelling and throwing around weight, but they're not actually training hard. They're pretending, they're making faces and like limping and acting like they're training hard because they want to look like Sam or be like Sam. But instead of pretending, you could just learn how to actually train hard. But I don't know. I think everybody doesn't have that in them. They think it's cool, but they don't actually want to train hard. I don't know if that makes sense. But
it's performative, yeah.
Yeah, I see them filming, and even though they're screaming and yelling and laying on the floor and stuff, like you don't actually need to lay on the floor. You're not that tired. You didn't really do anything, but they feel like this is the proper way to train, right? Because they're looking at people do it. They don't realize that these people are doing it because they actually bust their ass. They think that's how you're supposed to train. You're supposed to yell on your warm-ups. You're supposed to yell when you're benching one plate, but you're not supposed to do that. That's not how it works. So.
I don't even yell. I mean, I grunt sometimes, but like I never like yell.
I yell a bit.
Do you? Like how loud?
It depends. I don't know, but I agree. We need to gatekeep yelling. Like if you're like a little guy, relax.
You got to earn it.
You got to earn that, right?
You got to earn the grunt.
Yeah, like yelling. I don't. Now, if I'm doing
honestly like grunting, like angry and like making some noise, I feel like I can get more reps. It's probably completely in my head.
Bro, I think the same thing as you. I feel like if I'm doing a dumbbell press and I'm here and I go, I feel like I can get like 8 more reps. I swear to I do.
It makes you feel powerful. I don't know how to explain it. It just works. It works.
I think so. Well, sometimes it comes out from pain too. Like if I'm doing machine rows and then Joe and Paul are like 10 more and the shit fucking burns, I'm making sounds because I'm in pain, right? So I don't even know I'm making sounds, but when I hear the recording, you're in actual pain because you can't really do 10 more, but they're making you do it. So it's kind of like, it makes you kind of make some sounds, but you'll know when the sounds are warranted. You can tell watching somebody if
you can
this is
tell
warranted.
what's real and involuntary and what's like performative.
Performative,
like, just
when I'm doing leg stuff, especially, I make some weird noises, like not on purpose.
I come out sometimes I sound like a little girl. Like if I get like, You know, like
Yeah.
That's to be honest, I didn't even know I made sounds till I started recording with a mic on. I thought I was lifting quietly, but obviously with the mic on, you hear every little thing, you know.
Yeah.
Stupidest purchase you made during prep?
stupid. None.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Okay.
I wouldn't say I regret it, but I did buy that Mercedes last year, and as I talked about earlier, it's given me headaches. So love every minute
I
of
think
it, though.
every car purchase I had was in prep.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I think so. Me as well. So that would be my answer. The Hellcat that I paid 11,
That one I should have never got. I did get a
You,
Hellcat. I wish
you
I
got one
never
too?
got that one.
How much did you pay in insurance for the Hellcat, if you don't mind?
Well, I paid every 6 months. It was over $1,000 every 6 months.
You see, that's crazy, right? Yeah, I was paying like 11 or 1200 a month for fucking insurance, bro. Like, what the fuck they think we doing in the Hellcat though? Like, we doing
It's a
stunts?
Hellcat,
Well,
and you're 23.
it's
Yeah, actually.
it's a sports car. You know, they're gonna get you for it.
I think
It's more liable than a minivan.
I think Nick is similar to me in that I wasn't doing nothing crazy in it. I mean, of course, if there was an empty highway, I'm gonna push it. But
I'm punching it. I'm punching
Yeah,
it.
for sure, yeah.
You
You got
can't
this
not.
car. You gotta test it out at least a little bit.
You have to. But I wasn't one of those guys on the highway like doing this shit in traffic at fucking 100 miles per hour.
Bro, I would have people pass me all the time.
Yeah, because they always want to test you, bro. Every light they want to test you.
I'm driving this loud ass fucking Hellcat red eye going like 45 miles per hour.
Yeah.
And everyone's just like, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm not getting no ticket.
No.
You can look cool driving slow in a fast car, though.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'd rather look
yeah.
cool. You know what I mean? It's kind of like bodybuilding. I'd rather look strong than actually be strong. I'm not gonna lie.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. I would let cars pass me because it would annoy me that everybody wanted to like race. Like you're not gonna win the race, but you want to race me anyway. So I would like let you win just because I don't want to be bothered. You know?
Did you get, when you had your Hellcat? Did you have like a lot of people try to race you?
Every single light, bro. Every single light.
Me too. I had another one like pull up to me and he was like revving his engine. I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, bro, really? Come on.
I don't like doing it because some people they don't know when to stop. Like anytime I've done it, they take it too far. Like I'm like, bro, I'm not about to. I'm not going fucking 180 miles per hour, bro. Like chill the fuck out.
I would fuck with people like as soon as the light would turn green, I'd fucking, and then I'd just
That's best.
Like get the fuck out of here. Now, what I will say, I had a Tesla Model S race me light to light, and that shit dusted me because from light to light, you're not gonna beat that shit.
Teslas are fast as shit, bro.
Yeah, I think on a highway, I think
Hellcat's
eventually
just a heavy ass car.
it's heavy as shit. Yeah, it don't got that short distance. I think on a highway, if we were going like a longer distance, I would have won. But
I agree.
But light to light, there's zero.
Once a Hellcat picks up speed, done.
It's over with. Yeah. What about Nathan? What's the worst, the stupidest purchase you made in the prep?
Man, I just buy a lot of stuff. Like, and packages are coming every day. So
Amazon.
Yeah.
Amazon?
I'm not buying cars. Yeah, Amazon.
It's a slow bleed.
I'd also buy a lot of shoes in prep too.
Yeah, the Jordans, right? The Jordans.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've managed to avoid buying a motorcycle in prep so far. I've been tempted every single year because that stupid part of your brain is like that aggressive young man's just like, yeah, do it.
Yeah,
it's gonna be fucking sick.
You know what's funny? Every time I like think like I'm like, you know what? I think I want a motorcycle.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be fun. Every time I think it the next day, I hear about a friend who just fell off his bike and got fucked up. And I'm like,
every
Yeah.
single time.
Never mind.
It is fun. It is fun right up until it's not. That's the problem.
Exactly.
It's like insanely liberating. Like just
Really?
flying around on. Oh my god, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know one person that has a motorcycle or have had a motorcycle who hasn't been in an injury. I don't know one.
Yeah, I crashed.
Yeah,
That's when I stopped.
sure.
Yeah.
How bad was your accident?
It wasn't. I was probably going 35. I was like, everyone stopped on the road because there was a skunk crossing the road. So this is fucking Portland, a bunch of hippies, right? They're all stopping for the skunk. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm looking around, all these cars are stopped, and when I look forward, I'm about to hit a pickup truck. So I just slammed my brakes on, flew over the handlebars, and I like caught myself on this arm out in front of me, and I jacked up the shoulder for 6 or 8 months.
Really?
Yeah, and I was just like, man, this is not worth it. If I can't bodybuild, I'm not
Bro.
going to be a happy person.
Rolly Winkler came off.
Buy one
Yeah.
when you retire, bro.
Yeah, at that point, I probably won't want to. But
That's true
the
too.
thing is, it's other drivers most of the time. If you ride responsibly,
You're fine.
You're probably gonna be fine, right? But like, all it takes is one idiot to run a red light, and you are dead. It's
Yeah.
not your fault, but you're gone.
Or you could be in a wheelchair for the rest of your life or whatever. Like it's high risk, man. If you know someone who owns a motorbike and they're young and you hear that, if you hear something horrible happened,
It's sad,
you instantly think that because it's such a higher likelihood that if you're a younger person and you pass away and you got a motorbike, that's what caused it,
Yeah, I have some family
horrible.
friends who ride like more upright bikes, like cross country stuff. They'll do like touring. And flying on freeway driving on a motorcycle is much safer than in the city. Statistically, it's way safer. So if you're like, riding across the country with a group, that's a much safer way to ride and probably more fun as well than like commuting on it. But at this point in my life, it's just, I don't even have space for a bike. So, well.
I'll be so pissed, bro, if I'm a fucking ghost watching myself and I died from in a motorcycle accident, bro. That sucks, bro. I don't want that to be me at all. So I'm gonna just stay away from that. There was a couple that went to me and Zay's gym. I can't remember their name. You remember that girl that competed in wellness and she had that boyfriend and they was in a motorcycle accident?
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about? Oh, they trained. They it's like Fit Forever, some shit like that. What's the?
Oh yeah, Taylor and Ever.
Boom.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, they had a video of it. I guess the car maybe recorded it or some shit. They're in a motorcycle and the guy hits the brakes and they both fly off the motorcycle and she I think she went through the windshield or some shit and she's like in the other car and I'm like, holy shit. And then she's laying there and there's another video she's laying there like bleeding and like crying and I'm like, holy fuck, that looks traumatizing. Yeah, they both lived. They had a bunch of injuries, but they're fine now, right?
Yeah, they were driving on the carpool and somebody went on to the carpool illegally.
See, fuck that, man. Nah, I'm good.
Oh, and you and your girl, you lying there watching your girl like on the floor, like that's. Oh,
can you imagine? Like, nah.
Fuck that. It's not worth it at that point.
Now that's in strong need of therapy.
Yeah, I don't. The fun isn't worth it for me to do that. And nobody thinks it's gonna happen. They weren't speeding. They were just fucking cruising. But
if you live out in the country or something like where there's not many people, like that works. I might have a bike out there because there's no one fucking there, right?
Yeah. Just no potholes. The potholes are dangerous too.
Oh yeah,
that'll get you. That'll catch you slipping.
Like we said earlier, just buy a Toyota, guys.
Simple as that.
You won't die.
If you guys were women, who would be the most attractive?
What kind of question is that?
I don't know.
Definitely not Zayd. Maybe Xavier.
Xavier.
Yeah, because Xavier's like exotic. He's got a foreign accent.
I can see Xavier. Yeah, Australian,
An Australian
joking.
accent.
Oh my god.
little blonde, long hair.
You're making Xavier blush over here. Look at him.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
Yeah.
get some
Have
highlights.
you guys done those male to female like Snapchat things?
Oh.
I want to see what Zayd and Beatty look like the most.
I don't want to talk about it.
I haven't done it.
You like it too much.
Oh.
Who else? Who would be a good candidate? I don't like Joe's head shape. I don't like the fact that his head does that. I don't want a girl with that kind of head.
The shape
Rough.
of his skull. It's an important consideration.
Yeah, it's
hair.
important.
Robin.
There'll be a lot of hair up there.
Robin like 6 weeks out though. Robin got too much cheeks for me in the off season. He got too much.
He has a huge ass, so.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Robin would be like a big cave woman.
Robin is definitely cheeked up. So if he was a girl, she's gonna be cheeked up. You're right. Good catch. Good catch, Zay. Who else we got? Who else we got on the roster? Not Wyatt. Nah, mean mugging, rest in bitch face. They want to see that shit. Rest in bitch.
Oof.
I guess Nick maybe. Yo, Nick, let me see a little side profile. Let me see what that's looking like. Yeah, Nick.
No, Nick would be like huge.
He got too much neck. Too much neck action.
I'm very dainty.
You know what? I think we got to go with Xavier, man. Xavier, just get some highlights, get some blonde highlights going, accent, and you're good to go. Maybe some blue contacts or something.
Dude, I've got blue eyes. You just can't see it on the green screen thing. I'll send you a photo, Beatty.
Right.
Yeah, send us a photo of your eyes, Xavier.
Yeah.
We'd love that.
It's not gay, it's bodybuilding.
Definitely not Paul with all them tattoos and shit.
Oh.
Paul, if Paul was a girl, he would wear like a leather jacket and have like a Harley.
Well,
be like
Paul would be like an old Mexican woman, you know? She could probably cook pretty good, right?
I don't want to even imagine. I don't want to even imagine that, man.
Beat you with a spoon.
Chancla.
Exactly.
Oh man, yeah, Paul. Oh yeah, I don't want to see Paul. I might have to go Xavier. Maybe Nick if he stopped working out. Ken. I don't like Ken's forehead.
No.
I don't like Ken's forehead.
Like,
yeah. Ken, see Ken. I think Ken's forehead looks good like this. When Ken goes like this, I don't like the way his forehead goes. It's a little
forehead.
I don't know. It's kind of angular. You guys haven't noticed? You got like some forehead action here. I'm not saying that, but as a guy, I don't think it's bad as a guy. As a girl, I'm gonna need less forehead personally. That's just my preference.
I've never noticed a male to notice another male's face or their features so much. Like I've had girlfriends that are like, "Oh, well, what was this person wearing?" I'm like, I don't know what they were wearing. Like I just looked at them when I saw them.
Oh,
but
dude, you know what?
That's stuff that chicks notice.
Yeah, what cracks me up, like sometimes, like I'll get on the phone real quick or text one of my buddies, and I'll be like, I mention like, "Oh yeah, I talked to so and so today," and she's like, "How are they doing? Like, what did you talk about?" And I'm just like, I have no idea how they're doing. Like, I was asking them like some random fucking question. Like, I didn't ask him how his day was going. Who cares?
Yeah.
Guys don't do that, but like, I have to assume girls like go and catch up with each other every time they talk or whatever. You know?
Whole night, yeah.
I don't know.
Every time
like,
it's deep.
It just cracks me up.
I guess I like Puerto Rican girls, so maybe Stu.
Oh no.
Puerto Rican
no. Like curly hair.
All right, let's move on from that topic.
Please.
I think that's enough. Yeah.
All I've been doing is having to imagine like pro bodybuilders with long hair, and it's upsetting.
You know
who's
with me, Xavier?
Yeah, it's over there.
You already got it.
Who's Eddie Abu? You guys know who that is?
Who?
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
former
yeah.
bodybuilder. Used to be an Olympian, and now
They
he's,
said
he's
who?
all about. Yeah, he's all about now, like
Dieting?
shaming
Eddie
products
Abu?
online. Yeah,
Yeah.
he has like
Eh.
a couple million followers actually.
1 million? Wait, who the fuck?
Yeah.
Now I got to see who this
He's
Eddie
been
Abu
called
is.
out by like
He's an
Greg
IVB
Doucette
pro,
and all that.
by the way. Yeah,
He what?
Eddie,
He's yeah, he's an older guy, 90s
Oh.
guy.
Eddie who?
I forgot his
Wait.
last name, but it begins with
What?
an H.
Why do I not know Eddie,
Eddie
Abu?
Abu.
3.4 million followers.
Holy shit, yo, he really got.
What
Yo,
the
pull
fuck?
this up. I
Dude.
want to see.
I'm
He
so
competed
confused.
He competed in Australia back in the day in the pro shows that were out here. And now he's super anti-energy drink, anti-gear, all
He
that
kinda
sort of
looks like-
stuff.
Yeah.
He looks like my grandfather. Like this is how my mom's dad looks. Literally, I'm not
Shitty
even.
carbs versus sweet potato.
Beatty Abu.
Yeah, he slams all about like all the junk food stuff he doesn't like. He's always
My-
about
Shitty carbs.
clean food.
My dad's name is Abu. Actually, believe it or not.
Well, does he like rice? Why is it just
Abu
sweet
Abu?
potato?
Yeah, it's Abu. No, just his first name is Abu.
There's nothing worse than an ex-bodybuilder who's bitter about bodybuilding now. I mean,
Yeah.
listen,
up
you
his
made your
photo
bed, you
when he
gotta,
was
you gotta
competing.
sleep in it, man.
You know what? I agree with Stu. I don't know Eddie Abu. I don't follow him, so I don't really know what he talks about. But I don't like the bodybuilder who didn't do well as a bodybuilder, and now they hate all the bodybuilders in the world. It's weird. Okay, is he actually next to Ronnie, or this is like
No.
So-
He used to.
Is it photoshopped?
when did he get compared to Ronnie? Is what I want to know. Oh, this is real, actually, huh?
This is legit.
Oh, he look good.
Yeah, dude. He's an IVB pro. He's a good. He used to be.
Just because you're not BB Pro don't mean you're good.
I was thinking the same thing.
Like
I
what?
don't know, like if
What are
he's
the
all
pro
into,
guys
like,
mean?
if he's all into health shit now, that's great, but like don't pretend like you didn't live that life and you didn't make a career out of it, like
Like
Right.
Cali
Yeah.
Muscle.
yeah, man, like don't
We'll take
change
one
your
of them
tune
right,
like
man.
that.
Holy
Up one.
shit! This is him? Where's he at?
Yo,
That's
he
him
big
in-
as fuck.
Oh, that's
Hmm.
impressive.
Thick chest.
I saw him a
Yeah.
little later in his career, so he's never contending at any of the Australian pro shows, but he was always like sort of the group after. But he, yeah, I've seen some videos. Like I saw one video. I'm like, yeah, I agree with what you said, but yeah, he goes pretty extreme on some things, and sometimes it doesn't feel 100%. I don't know. Some of the stuff is extremely bro sciencey in a way, I guess.
I guess the same thing kind of throws me off about Greg Doucette.
Wow, 3.4 million.
How? Who's following him? Like is it like regular people?
They look
I
like
don't
real
think I'm
followers
following
too.
him.
Like he gets a lot of interaction on his posts. Like maybe it's partially fake, but it's got a big account.
Let's
Why
see
does
his
he call
likes.
himself an ex bodybuilding champ?
100,000.
Why can't you just be a bodybuilding champ? You're an ex now?
Trying to disavow it or something.
Or just put like
that's why Greg kind of rubs me the wrong way too, because like he's all like ripping into guys who compete and take gear now, like he didn't used to do it for like 20 years. I know he competed naturally for a long time, but like he was enhanced. So what's the deal, man? Like why are you changing up?
I don't know, man.
True.
It's that whole thing is so weird. Like, hey, wait till you're 35 to take PEDs. It's like that's weird advice. I don't like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, if you're not serious about winning, then yeah, wait that long.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's your life. But I mean,
Should I follow
Give
him
him a
to see what
follow,
he's
baby.
about?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Give him a follow.
I
I
can't tell
didn't know he
yet.
had that many followers.
I can't tell if I want to follow him yet. But the question was, what do you think about his diet? I don't really know about his
I
diet.
don't know what his diet is.
Yeah,
Well, I've
we
seen
don't
a lot
follow
of stuff
him.
where he says real food. He doesn't like. This sounds like he doesn't really like supplements and stuff. I mean, it's
Well,
a good
really
basic
neither,
outline.
so.
Yeah, I mean, if you're retired and you're just living a healthy lifestyle, you don't need to be taking fucking BCAs and fucking creatine though. So I guess you wouldn't. But you got to know your audience. Like, I think you have to preface it and be like, "Hey, this is where I'm at." But if you're a young guy trying to put on a bunch of muscle, supplements can help. You got to kind of preface what you're saying. When you make blanket statements, it kind of it gets more views probably.
Like
but
excitements get views, yeah. Pisses people off. There's no such thing as negative publicity.
Yeah, exactly.
His audience is definitely not bodybuilders. Yeah.
No. I don't even think there's 3.4 bodybuilding fans. Because I could say Nick. Everybody who's a bodybuilding fan follows Nick. I think that's the cap. I think like 1 million. I think 1 million would be the most you can get from bodybuilders. You can't get 3 million from bodybuilders.
But I think like Kai Green, Phil Heath, Nick, like all these guys start to get, some of the guys that aren't. Obviously, you got the hardcore bodybuilding fans, which is what all of us are. And then you've got the people down from that like, yeah, we go to the gym. We know a few of these guys. So we might follow Nick, Jay Cutler, Kai Green. And then you've got people that might just follow maybe like a Kai or a Phil. So it just sort of like trickles down. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of foreign guys
we know there ain't 5 million hardcore bodybuilding fans. That's for sure. Because I mean, if they're all following the Toronto Pro, then all our videos would be getting more views.
Facts. All right. Pendulum squats or hack squats?
Ooh. It depends on the brand.
Yeah.
What's your favorite?
Pendulum? Atlantis.
But if you had to, your favorite of both, which one wins?
Cybex hack squat.
Yes, correct.
Cybex pendulum squats. You tried that one? It's really good.
I don't know if Cybex made a pendulum.
Me neither. I didn't know that.
It's very, very good. I tried it. It's incredible.
Well, I want you to send me a picture because I don't believe you.
I'll send you a video of me doing it.
Yeah, the Atlantis pendulum's amazing. They had one of those at the Muscle Factory in Tempe, Arizona.
That's a good one. It's a good one. I haven't used the Panado one yet, but it looks cool.
Looks too complicated.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
How y'all got access to all this equipment? I haven't used any of that shit.
We got gyms for days, cuz.
You live in LA. You don't have access to gyms, my ass. Dude, I live in Washington. There's fuck all here.
Well, Zoo.
That's true. Baby, you sound like a dummy.
No, because what some gyms do, they get all one brand. Like Zoo has all Arsenal, which I like Arsenal. I like Arsenal, but you got to give me some. Yeah, you got to give me some variation. You know what I'm saying?
There's one gym up here that's entirely Arsenal as well, and it's all first gen Arsenal. And I like a lot of it, but like some of it is like their leg extension and leg curl is kind of funky, man. I'm not a fan.
Their leg extension hurts my knee.
Yeah, but why limit yourself to one brand? Why?
Sometimes they get bulk deals, stock your whole gym. But yeah, I mean, if you could pick and choose, like you'd really want to as a bodybuilder, that's amazing. Like O'Malley's down in Portland.
Here's the question: if you had to pick one brand, now what brand would you pick?
Life Fitness.
Wait, you said Life Fitness?
Yeah, because Life Fitness has Hammer Strength under it, and they take a lot of the Hammer Strength brand or equipment and basically make their own version of it with slightly different grips, a little different tube structure on the steel, but it's pretty damn close to the same. So, and they just slap a different label on it. So that covers a lot of your shit, and their pin loaded stuff is awesome. Leg extension, ham curl, awesome. Yeah, man, that's for everything. Probably them.
I'd say a lot of their stuff's really consistent. Like, there's not too much stuff that really sucks, but there's nothing too much where I'm like, this is sick. Apart from maybe a couple of pieces where I'm like, okay, that feels good. But
it's well built too. Like it's smooth
Yeah.
and it's like it doesn't shake around like that, and that's valuable. That's underappreciated.
I feel like I would pick New Tech or Atlantis.
Oh, New Tech is nice.
New Tech's good,
nice.
yeah.
Yeah, New Tech is nice. I mean, that entire torture gym, is it all New Tech?
Yeah.
All of it.
Yeah.
All those machines are perfect. There's not one machine I have a complaint about. Not one.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It just kind of fits your body better. I don't know how to describe it.
There's no like I never feel it like it hurts my joints at all. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just smooth.
Yeah, I've heard that from other people as well. And I trained there once. And it was great. It was
Did you train there when you went?
fuck, I trained back, I think. So they had a couple
that's a
different
good body part to train there.
yeah. I like that stuff a lot. It's expensive. But those Korean engineers know what they're doing, man.
Yeah. No, with Arsenal, I like a lot of this stuff, but the leg curl, lion leg curl, the leg extension, the bicep curl,
Oh my god, that's awful.
My goodness, bro.
Oh.
That shit, it feel like it's gonna tear my bicep tendon off the fucking bone.
I think the only thing I like is the humbler.
Yeah,
That's good.
The humbler's nice. But whoever designed that bicep preacher curl, motherfucker, they should be locked up for that bullshit. They should be locked up.
You talking about the one with the cable?
Yeah.
The one with that handle shit, and it's like pulling you, trying to pull you over the machine.
That's bad.
That shit is disgusting, bro.
And it's so heavy too. Like dangerously heavy.
Get that shit out of here. Get that shit the fuck out the gym. I don't want to see that shit. All right. Oh, did we even answer the question?
Cybex is a good brand. I really like him.
Perfect brand. I like the flex leverage incline press. Those are nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I don't think we answered the question. Well, you don't have to pick one. You can do pendulum and hack squat. I like both of them. I don't want to pick one.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Fuck it.
I don't know if y'all would agree, but I would pick a leg press over a hack squat any day.
That's what I've been doing, unfortunately, recently.
I get a much better contraction and pump out of a leg press than I ever do with a squat, period.
I think my body likes the squats, like the pendulum and hacks a little more.
Yeah.
The leg press, I recently just started feeling it like this year when I'm really getting low. Like it has to be like a big, like an Arsenal leg press. Like it has to be big enough.
It's gotta be a big platform, yeah.
Yeah, so I can really get deep into it.
Well, it's funny because like the Cybex leg press used to be my favorite, but the way I do them, like the platform is too small.
Yeah.
And it feels weird at that point.
Do you do them like feet low?
Feet low and very wide, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I'm gonna start doing leg press before squatting movements.
I've been doing that, and that's saving my knee right now.
Yeah,
I agree. I think it helps tremendously.
I just don't feel warmed up. When I start squats, I'm like, yo, I could do 6 warm-up sets. I'm like, yo, I don't feel warmed up. I just don't feel it. So
I with almost every body part, I pre-exhaust.
Yeah.
And I don't really feel like it takes away from like my efforts or weight that I use on like, a shoulder press or a T-bar row or my leg press or a hack squat. I mean, yeah, I could go heavier on a hack squat, but it's like I rather contract and worry about how much weight I got on a fucking machine,
How long have you been pre-exhausting for, Nick? Because like I know like
years.
For me, like if I do like pec flies or something before doing chest, my strength will be like.
Yeah,
no, I don't really. Because when I pre-exhaust, like I don't really go to failure. Like I'll do one relatively hard set of some sort of fly, but it's not like I'm not going balls to the wall as if I was incline dumbbell pressing. So if anything, I feel stronger because I'm more warmed up and I didn't really fatigue my chest that hard, and the contraction's way better.
Yeah.
And then normally what I'll do is at the end, I'll go back to it or something, maybe another fly, whatever. And then I will take that all the way.
Yeah, it's like people think that you're gonna be weaker if you pre-exhaust, but sometimes you're stronger.
You get
And
stronger. You're more warmed up, in my opinion.
yeah, and let's say if you are weaker, it doesn't fucking matter. It's the effort. How much, intensity is the effort. Like how heavy does this feel on your muscle? So whether it's 80% of the load that you could do or not, you're still getting the same amount of work. Sometimes better because you're actually targeting the muscle you want. So
I agree.
that doesn't really matter. If I do leg press first and then now I squat 4 plates instead of 5 plates, I think I'm getting an even better workout for my quads, not worse. It's just
Yeah, but squatting 5 plates instead of 4 is a lot more fun.
it looks cool.
It's fun to throw heavy weights around, man. We
Of
can't do it
course.
like we used to, but it's fun.
No, for sure. It's for sure fun. Wait, so we answered the question now, right?
Yeah, somewhat.
What was the
Good
question?
enough.
The pendulum and shit like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Xavier's kid is so cute.
Thanks.
Thank you. I agree. They both are cute.
All right. How much? What should your body fat percentage be in off season?
Off season, I wouldn't go any higher than like 12 to 14.
Oh, but I thought Nick was gonna say like 6%.
No, that's too low. Like realistically, I think anywhere, I would say 12 is a good limit in my opinion. 14 is not bad, but I wouldn't really go higher in my opinion.
It's kind of hard to throw a number at it when I know that whoever's asking this question doesn't know what 14% looks like versus 10%. Because
Agreed.
first of all, it's going to look
Agreed.
different on everyone.
Well, that's what
And
I'm
second
saying.
of all,
Some
a
people
lot
can
of
hold fat.
fatties underestimate their body fat percentage.
Yeah.
You know,
And
if you
also,
don't
some
have
people
abs,
just
you don't have
hold it in
14.
different areas more than others.
Yeah, like if it's all on your ass, like
You're gonna look fat, bro.
yeah. I got a client who's got like he's got a giant ass. Like he's a really strong deadlifter and squatter, so there's a lot of muscle there, but he's also just got like, all of his fat there. So
Really?
yeah, and then he's got like abs and serratus and everything else is in, it's kind of weird, but so like you should probably never lose your abs. If you got like fat hanging off of your ass cheeks, like that's
You went
not
too far.
acceptable. Yeah, that's not acceptable.
Yeah.
Do your off-season check-ins in posing trunks. It'll keep you honest. They're like
I do.
pretty deep in there. Like, careful.
I want to say make sure you have abs, but everybody's different. Some people, I remember Konevsky got up to like almost 320 and he had abs. But was he not fat? Oh, he was fat. He just had abs. So
I'm the opposite of that, bro. Like I
Oh, yeah.
literally like finish a comp prep. 2 weeks later, abs are like faded away, but they're not like you look at Brett Wilkins' abs. Like he's go like this. They like pop like crazy. Like Nick, your abs. And then you've got other guys that have more of that flat sort of ab where they have to get really hard. And then you're, oh yeah, they're popping,
Mhm.
but it's not the same, And I hold way more fat on my midsection than I do. Like my tricep, I could finish a comp and a month later it's got lines all up it
Yeah.
and down it. But my abs are gone. So it's like it's hard to say, yeah, make sure you have this sort of set of abs, or you see a photo and say this is 12% body fat on abs. It's like, no, it's different. It's different for
That's what I
everyone.
think.
So you need to take a whole picture of, okay, how much fat do I have on my legs, my arms, my back, my
Mhm.
midsection, and then take an overall picture, because some people have fat legs and arms and they've got
Mhm.
abs. Like, well, we're not saying Konevsky has that, but what I'm saying is he's got abs while he's got fat elsewhere,
Yeah. Like Stu said, if you do your check-ins in posing trunks, you'll know if you're fat. You'll know.
That's tough, man.
If you're doing
Somebody
check-ins,
had humble pie.
it seems like your coach would kind of regulate that. So
That's
like
right.
if you're
Yeah.
asking this question, like you probably should get a coach. Like if you're not sure, and if you don't have a coach, it's like stay as low as possible with your fat. because you're probably going to be too fat anyways. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
To answer your question, you're probably fat already, so figure it out, buddy.
yeah, totally.
Oh man. Oh. Okay, what time is it? Okay, we got time. Would you rather be fat and rich or shredded? Wait, I don't understand. You think we'd rather be
Shredded and
fat
poor or
and
fat and rich? Is what you mean?
shredded and broke? I think you're trying to say broke. I mean, that's.
What did he say,
that's
though?
pretty-
Well, how broke?
the way he spelled it, he
And
he
how
didn't
fat?
put the B.
Yeah, how fat and how broke?
Let's say.
Like, am I talking like I'm like borderline living on the streets, bro? Like,
Let's say like you're
John
living.
Candy? John Candy fat?
can I
You-
like am I living like the bodybuilding lifestyle still and broke, or like am I broke? Like, how
Good
broke?
You're living check to check. You're a trainer at Planet Fitness.
You
And
live in a van.
Damn,
By the river.
I live in a van.
Yeah.
I might go
Fat and rich.
Hey, that's my
not
coach.
van. You live in like a studio. And
Hey,
like
well, a studio's still like $2,500 in LA. So
in
are
the
you really
ghetto
that
though.
broke? If you're that broke,
Mm.
if
In the
you can
ghetto.
afford that,
Let's say you're in the ghetto in a studio, like
Shifting some stuff to get by.
it's actually
yeah, you know, and you're skinny. What about that?
and I'm skinny.
No, that wasn't.
It's a
Oh,
shredded.
shredded. I'm sorry, shredded.
Shredded. What are you talking about?
I'm sorry, shredded and broke.
All
So
right, when you
everything
say
sucks.
shredded, do you mean like, am I skinny with abs shredded, or am I like my like big as fucking shredded?
You look like Hottie.
Big.
Okay, I like that.
Why can't he just look like Nick at this point then?
Because then it's gonna be too easy. He's just Nick. He's just
And how
broke
fat
Nick.
are we talking? Are we talking like a fat motherfucker, or are we talking like, you know, what I look like an off-season fat?
Like talking about like Joe.
Woo.
That's fat.
He's not even that fat anymore. Come on.
Nah. I'm just being stupid. Who's a nice fat person to pick on?
Who's a nice fat person?
Pick on. Or like that avocado, Nick Avocado. Like
Oh,
that guy.
that's big, man.
Who's
Yeah,
Nick
like-
Avocado?
Oh,
He like-
man.
He's like
YouTube, but you
370.
don't want to see. Yeah.
He's like a
Yeah, you want
YouTuber
to-
who eats
Wow.
a ton of unhealthy shit for views. And he's just
Oh,
a
so
fat
as
pig.
fuck.
Yeah, he's just a fat pig.
Yeah.
That's his whole shit.
That fat?
Yeah,
Mm,
he's pretty fat. Yeah, like
I'm gonna
380.
go. I think I'm gonna go hottie shredded and broke.
Okay. Yeah, I like money, man. I might just be Nick Avocado.
I like money too, bro, but I'm not like trying to not be able to bend over to tie my shoes.
Get lipo. Get a tummy.
You
get
can't
tummy
do
tuck.
that now.
I sure can. I'm not that big.
I'm gonna be fat and rich, and I'm gonna get a tummy tuck.
Here's the problem with these questions, right? If you got money, like
So
you
you
can
got
fix a lot of these
loopholes now.
problems, right? So like,
Yeah, and if you look like
gotta-
Hardy, you
gotta
can make money.
Stay this way.
Oh yeah, I mean yeah. If you look like Hottie,
So
just
what
go do
you're
the
saying
Arnold.
is, if I'm fat and rich, I can. Oh well, I'm gonna go do this, and now I'm jacked and rich. Like, is this?
No,
What
that's
we're doing?
that's
Just a game
cheating.
of-
Yeah, you can't.
You have to stay fat. Or
Yeah,
stay
you're
You're
fit.
fat,
yeah,
baby.
You made a
You're
deal
right,
with the
you're right.
devil.
Well, cause if you look like Hottie, you could go do the win the Arnold and win $500,000. So that kind of goes out the window. So yeah, so you you can't compete, and then I can't get surgery. I'll be fat, bro. I'll be fat. I'll be fat and rich, man. I'll be fat and rich. Driving that the Lambo and that Bronco that I always wanted.
You ain't gonna fit in a Lambo if you're fat.
You're
Those are
fat,
small
bro.
cars.
You have health issues too.
What about Zay? What's you gonna be? You gonna be fat or you gonna be?
Fuck no, don't, dude. I'll be jacked and broke. Find a way to make money.
I'd be fat and
Better
rich, man.
than fat. He's saying you can't switch, so you can't get slimmer. You know. So
Yeah.
I'm not being fat.
How
You'll
fat
be-
are we talking to? Are we talking heart disease and fucking dead at 45 or what? Like, because that's not fun either.
380. You about 380.
How tall?
Oh,
How
that's
tall?
You about 5'10" and a half.
That's fat, dude.
That's very fat.
If I could live paycheck to paycheck and put away like a little bit of money,
No.
like still
You
put away a little
can't
bit.
you can't put nothing away. Just paycheck to paycheck. It's all gone. When you pay the bills,
With
it's
no
gone.
vacations
Rules
ever,
here.
your whole life.
No vacation.
You're
Well, I
going
mean,
nowhere.
If you're
That'd be
living in a
hard.
van,
Yeah.
like you can kind of vacation whenever the fuck you want. You're already broke. Like,
It was a studio, though.
Yeah.
But
Yo,
he said
being-
studio.
Being broke is not fun, man. It's stressful.
Oh.
You keep thinking
It
about
is.
money and shit.
yeah,
Fat and rich.
it's stressful because you still give a shit. Like, if you were broke, you think the fucking crackheads down at Venice are stressed
okay.
out? No, they're
No,
just
they
trying to
haven't.
find crack. No, they stop
Yeah.
worrying about the real world. They stop
Yeah.
worrying about money. Like, they just focus on other shit. The beach bums, like, they don't have money. It doesn't matter though.
So do crack basically.
Yeah. If you were fat and rich and you did crack, you'd probably get skinny.
Yeah. I'm going.
Yeah.
All right. So raise your hands. Who's gonna be fat and rich? Yeah. Okay. Oh, we even then.
Mm.
And then you guys are gonna be broke hottie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drive by in my Lambo that I can't fit in, and I'm gonna wave at y'all like, "Hey, how you doing?"
Just flex right back.
And I'll
Broke
flex
Heidi.
it, you motherfucker.
And they'll be like, "You fat bitch."
I'ma fucking throw it-
Lambo.
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking throw a stack of money at y'all like, "Here, motherfucker, go buy some creatine,
It's
motherfucker."
very kind of you.
Of course. All right, let's do a couple more. I'm trying to keep it shorter now. 3 hours is too much. Okay. What is everybody? What show is everybody doing? We know what. I don't think we got
New
that
York.
shit. Yeah, and that's it. You and Stu doing New York. Oh. So with
California.
Nathan doing the Cal. Okay. I'm doing USA's. If anybody cares. All right. Let's move on.
No one said anything. Sorry, Badie. I should have stepped in there. Okay.
I saw Stu on Machiavelli Motivation. He made it. Congrats to Stu.
I saw that.
You made it. You made it, Stu.
Congrats, Stu.
Can
Yeah,
he
it's
hear
a big
us?
deal, actually.
I
How
think
many are you in now?
I think
Stu's making his fish.
I think making it to Machiavelli now is like getting like an MD cover, like a magazine cover.
What are you eating?
Fish, what do you
Let's see.
think?
I told you.
How,
Fish, spinach, mustard. It's good shit.
holy shit!
Not
No
a lot of
carbs?
rice. Well, I got like 20 grams in this meal. So
Can we see it?
0.
yeah, look at this. Appetizing.
Oh yeah.
What kind of
What's the
fish?
carbs?
Swai. So actually, I went to this place called Restaurant Depot, which is like a wholesale food place for restaurants, and they sell 22-pound boxes of swai. And
What is
it's
swai?
it's a white fish. It's really cheap.
Oh.
And they're like, it's so funny because they're like frozen in like bricks, like this big, like they're like a paving stone almost, and they're just in the box like that. And it's so ridiculous. I had to defrost it in my bathtub because they're so big. I was just like pouring hot water in there to defrost it, and
You like it better than
That's
cod?
weird.
it's like a third the price of cod. But
Oh, okay.
yeah, I eat so damn much of it that kind of need this. So
Mhm. Okay.
I hate white fish, bro.
like you can't smell it, so stop complaining.
I don't mind it, man. I kind of like it with the mustard. It's okay. It's
I like
okay
it a
to me.
lot, man.
I like hot
fine.
sauce. I like hot sauce.
Little Tabasco.
Yeah, I like Tabasco.
I usually do
There's-
like mustard and Splenda.
Oh, the Splendor.
The Splenda.
you
I
put
don't
a
know
Splenda
about
in
that,
there.
bro.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
kind of like a honey mustard. I mean, that's the only way I can eat it.
Oh yeah. You're right. I did. I think it was Dijon mustard. Dijon mustard and then I put the what's that sugar-free syrup, Walden Farms. That is that thing.
That shit
I'll
chemically as fuck, bro.
Yeah, it is. It is. And then I'll put.
See, that's why you're not peeled. You try to find these loopholes on your food.
I knew you were gonna say that. And then
Watery as fuck, bro.
I would add that the BCAs, the aminos, coconut aminos, that it tastes like soy sauce. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? And then I will put
aminos
some,
that taste like soy sauce.
Coconut. You've
does.
never heard of aminos?
Yeah, it does.
Before?
Coconut aminos.
It tastes like
I know
soy
what you're talking
sauce.
about.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, Xavier, but yeah, it
Like
tastes
salt?
exactly like soy sauce.
Yeah, you're.
I don't know
Is
why.
anyone afraid to just eat plain shit? The fuck?
I do that now. But at the time,
A little mustard's fine. A little ketchup. No, not ketchup. A little
Okay,
hot
that's
sauce
not-
is fine.
That's not plain.
You're over
then.
here using fucking Walden Farms.
Dude, that's not plain if you're putting mustard and ketchup on it.
no, you're not
I
putting
didn't
ketchup.
mean to say ketchup. Ketchup's a little different.
Yeah, ketchup's definitely not plain.
I think a little mustard is okay. I think a
Mustard's-
little Tabasco is okay. But I'm talking like when you see people like, oh, I eat my fish and they're putting loads of barbecue sauce on it or some shit.
Mhm.
That defeats the fucking purpose.
I'm not gonna put anything on it. Like now, when I put salt on it, I'm good. Especially if I have
I use salt and like just Tabasco is strong. I'm sensitive. Like it's just strong for me. I just put a little dab on there and I'm good.
yeah.
You know what I love? The Melinda's black truffle sauces.
That's good shit.
It's really good. It's got a little bit of calories in it, but like I'm not smothering it. I don't know. I've been getting in shape using it like every day. If that's what fucks me, then okay. Oh well.
Well, you're also going very low carb too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that's the thing, right? If you're dieting and you have a set diet and you've been using the same sauces you were
Don't
in the
change it.
off-season,
Don't change
yeah,
it.
yeah, if you keep the portions the same, you keep the sauces the same, and you just bring down everything else, like it's gonna work, you know.
I agree. No, I
start
agree with that.
drowning it in fucking ketchup or whatever, but consistency is great. You know, that's your best weapon.
That's what Chad did with Ronnie with the barbecue sauce.
Mm-hmm.
He kept doing the barbecue sauce and he just kept taking out the carbs. So Ronnie was like on barely any carbs, but he was getting all his carbs from barbecue sauce.
He was getting enough carbs from that BBQ though.
Basically.
Yeah.
I would rather have more rice than barbecue sauce personally.
Facts.
You don't get either, Beatty.
No, I'm not getting shit. Best bodybuilder over 6 foot. I guess all time.
Probably Samson, right? All
No,
time though.
He's not over 6 foot.
Really? I thought he was like 6'1".
Pretty
yeah,
sure he's 6'1", bro.
No, Samson like 5'11".
No, he's taller than that.
No way. No chance.
I'll ask him.
Yeah. Let's
Oh, guys.
in history.
Blue Frigno.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
I don't like him.
Paul
I didn't
Gillette,
ask
maybe?
if you liked him. Same.
Well, okay. I guess can we go by placings? Have there been a Mr. Olympia over 6 foot? Ronnie was 5'11". No.
How tall is Arnold at this
Oh,
point?
Arnold over 6 foot.
He was, yeah, he said he was like 6'2", but I don't think he was actually 6'2".
You know,
he was more
you
like
know,
6.5, 6 foot and a half.
You know how that goes. I mean, if you're going historically, it would have to be Arnold, I guess. But Arnold's physique.
How tall was Tony Freeman?
Like 6'2".
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
he was tall.
He was good.
tall.
Yeah,
Tony Freeman was great.
He got third at the Olympia before, no? Or fourth?
I think so.
Yeah, he got pretty high. Yeah,
That's pretty
like
good.
third.
Andrew's up there. He's
Yeah,
over
I
6
mean,
foot, right?
I think-
Andrew's tall.
I think Andrew's best physique would be Arnold's physique, but that's not fair comparison. But I think it would be Tony Freeman. Because
Tony got in real good shape, man. And not all of his shows, but he did get in condition.
Yeah, but he had a pec tear. He wasn't as wide as Andrew. They both have their strengths and weaknesses. You got to see it together because trying to compare different times is hard to do.
Mm-hmm.
if I had to say, I would pick Andrew, but you gotta be in shape though. You gotta be in shape, man. You have to be in shape. Who else we got?
Paul
Isabel?
Dillette, I think he was tall, or no?
I think
No,
he
yeah,
was
Paul-
6'1", yeah.
Yeah, Paul was tall, but he's not gonna beat those guys on stage. Because when you turn around to the back, man, you know,
Right.
when you turn around to the back,
Man,
but
that guy
Paul,
was a freak.
he was a fucking
He
freak.
was.
Yeah, I'll definitely give him that. Those are the main guys. I guess Tony, Andrew, Paul, Arnold. I think those are good candidates. I want to say Andrew probably got the most potential, but what does that mean? Okay, let's do a couple more. I gotta take a shit.
Jamie the Giant, when he was doing the Open, looked really, really fucking good.
I thought he did too, but
He
when he's
looked-
that tall,
Yeah, he looked good in certain poses where his wide structure would help him, but like side shots,
He just needed size, man.
yeah, but he was always competing at like 290. So where the
Yeah.
fuck do you go from there? And that's why he retired. Fair play, you know.
yeah,
And he was like, I think the English guys are all kind of like this. A lot of them are, but he was aggressive with the supplements. There's a lot of chemicals involved there.
wait, who are we talking about?
Jamie, because he used to do. He used to be. I don't know if he still is, but he used to be on JP's member site, and you know they're posting everything in there, and a lot of stuff.
I mean, when you're 6'5", yeah, you're gonna need a lot
you gotta.
of help. Yeah,
I was gonna say weight wise, do many pros really consider that in terms of like, hey, I'm 6'5" and I'm sitting at 300 pounds versus someone who's much shorter and sitting at 200? Because you think, you need an extra third or something.
Yeah,
Right.
maybe.
Comparatively.
Yeah.
It's funny
Massive.
because, like, since I competed as a heavyweight 3 years ago to now, my doses have come down every single year. And
A lot of guys do that.
I think I was probably just using a bit too much before. But yeah, that's a good pattern to see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Best bodybuilder all time to never place top 3 at the Olympia.
That's very specific to think back on placings. Well, you guys mentioned before Tony Freeman. His best placing was 5th when he worked with Dave Plumbo at the Olympia. That's a pretty good guy.
Justin
That's a top
Compton.
place, top 3.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought, yeah. That's a good one. Dennis James got 4th.
Did he get 3rd? I thought he got 3rd one year, 2003.
I think that was 4th. I don't think he got 3rd.
Was it? Oh, okay.
Don't quote
Don't
me,
know
but
It was Ronnie
believe
J
it.
and then someone. Might have been
Chris
Dex, then Dennis.
Chris Cormier got 3rd, so he wouldn't fall for that. Those
You know, I don't know why I was thinking about him the other day, but you guys know Mike Francois?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Of course.
That
He
dude
didn't
is
get to-
like, dude just popped up, won an Arnold, and then retired a few years later because of I think it was IBS or UC, ulcerative colitis. But yeah, he just that took him out. But the guy was incredibly good, and he had just started competing as a pro, a year or two before when he won that Arnold.
Yeah. It's hard to know who plays top 3, but if we had to think, maybe
You're right
Mike
on Dennis
Francois.
James too. Dennis James was 4th in after Dexter Jackson in 2003.
I thought Dennis James was pretty good.
Yeah, he was good.
We don't know enough places to do that.
I'd say Justin
Yeah,
Compton though, amongst those
Yeah.
guys.
I liked it. I
Yeah.
really liked the physique.
Oh, I know.
Even got guys
Evan.
like Don Long.
Evan Setsapani.
Oh yeah,
He was
Yeah,
good
Evan.
too. He was really good too. Yeah.
got a fangirl over Evan. One of my favorites.
Mine too, yeah.
Most consistent bodybuilder.
Dexter Jackson.
I mean, yeah, a fucking 30 fucking years, motherfucker.
What about competing today? What about competing today?
Nick and Hadi.
Nick? Yeah, I was going to say Nick and Hadi.
Nick and
I
maybe
don't know
even
if you could say Hadi because he kind of improves so much from night to night. You know, like people talk about that a lot.
That's not very consistent.
Yeah,
but like flights, he's also getting there late and shit. But still, that's not. I guess you can't use that as a crutch. I want to say Nick. There got to be other people. Who else is fucking consistent? Nah, Derek Lunsford had some ups and downs.
You know, Ian Vier, he's retired now, but he was consistently in great condition.
With great condition, but not peaked perfectly because he would be flat and then.
Sometimes he was pretty like. When I think consistency, I'm thinking like, are you fat on stage? You know?
No. But like also you got to peak properly because just because you're in condition doesn't mean that's like a.
He was never like stringy flat though. He just had so much muscle that he wouldn't look like that.
He was when he went against Hunter. When Hunter beat him
Hunter the first time
in Chicago.
I guess I don't really remember.
He was way off
Hunter
fullness.
Yeah,
he didn't look like Ian, bro. He didn't look like Ian at all. He looked at the downsides. He was just flat.
Bro, Wilkin.
A few weeks later, he looked way better.
Yeah, it looked night and day.
Brett always shows up in shape and full.
Yeah.
I mean, he just ran into Beirut in Romania. That's the only thing that happened there.
Although Brett did do the Arnold where he missed his condition a little bit that one time. So to say the most consistent, you can't. You have to.
He hasn't competed a ton of times. I forgot he even did that.
I mean,
Brett's my guy. I love Brett.
There's a lot of consistent guys, but most consistent. If you even missed once, then that takes you out of contention because Nick and Hadi have, especially Nick. Nick hasn't missed ever, you know, as a pro. So
the only other people Roman's consistency. Roman has good. Yeah, he's always peeled.
A lot of shows.
Always peeled. Yes, but he looked like a swimmer in 22 in Tampa.
That's what Beatty says about the peaking. You got to take that into account too.
Yeah.
It's weird because it's not like he wasn't eating. He was eating shitloads of food before that, and I mean, Compton's talked about it at some point.
What does Nick think? Would you pick yourself, Nick?
Yeah, I would actually.
Yeah, I would. I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, Nick's just sitting back going, yep, me. Because like no one has been. I can't think of one guy that's been most consistent in terms of like peaking. And
who's consistently terrible?
Come on, man. Don't do that.
Justin Rodriguez.
What?
God.
I wasn't expecting anyone's name to be thrown out.
No, I mean,
don't you guys think he's inconsistent from show to show?
Yeah,
inconsistent. I said consistently terrible.
Yeah,
I thought
inconsistency. No. Yeah. Consistently bad.
A lot of people, I guess, the people who don't place, maybe.
About consistently mediocre.
What would you say about Blessing? But Blessing has been on. He's been on a couple of times. He definitely missed more than he's been on.
Does Blessing compete anymore? I mean, honestly, like I don't know if
he does.
He competed last year.
I'm pretty sure he's taking the year off though.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I think so. What was the question again?
I wouldn't blame it at all if he didn't. You know,
who's consistently terrible?
No,
that's what the question was.
Yeah, that's a Blessing. I just say that because he's got so much else going on with, you know, I'm sure he's making a good living with everything else he does. So
most consistent, Horse MD, most consistent. Most consistent on Instagram is Good Vito for sure.
God.
If you're talking about who's consistently terrible, there used to be, for some reason, there was always a random guy that came out from like Italy or Europe or whatever that used to come and compete in the Australian Pro Show. There's two guys that I'm sort of thinking of, but especially one guy. His name was like, I don't know, Italian guy. His name was like, starts with a G. It's like a classic Italian name. He used to come out, but he looked worse than most of the amateur. Oh, half of the amateur guys that used to compete. So it was like he would compete. I'm like, don't know how he got his pro card, or did he get it and was jacked and then has gone natural? It was just very, very strange. But he loved it, and it was yeah. When he got on stage for his posing routine, when all these people are looking at like Dexter Jackson, Chris Cormier, all these other guys, it was like it's different.
Favorite 90s bodybuilder? Nick.
Jay Cutler count?
When did Jay start competing? 90, 99?
No.
Yeah,
Was that too late?
Nah, he I guess Dexter and Jay barely make it to 90s. But yeah,
he
If I
doesn't
had to
feel
pick,
90s,
like,
so he doesn't.
if I had to pick like the heat of the 90s, I would pick Dorian Yates.
yeah. I'm not a huge fan of Dorian's physique, but I'm a huge fan of his like training though. What about Nathan?
Don Ray.
Or Sean Ray? Yeah, Sean Ray was kind of crazy.
Just a pretty physique. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what bodybuilding is to me. Man. Like,
Yeah, Sean Ray had a hell of a fucking physique. Zalo.
Lee Priest.
Ooh, yeah, Lee. Prime Lee was something crazy. I like that physique. Yeah. Did this Stu go already?
Probably Tom Prince or Mike Francois.
I just saw a Tom Prince video from the USA's 96.
Oh
Crazy,
my God.
right?
Okay, like usually, we usually kind of clap back like, hey, the 90s guys, it's all nostalgia. Listen, that physique does the nationals.
Unreal.
Nobody's beating that at the nationals right now. I can promise you that.
The level of like shape and detail he had and everything, he was
Bro.
peaked and like
Full round, bro. That shit was insane. That's
Did
crazy.
he win that show or no?
no, he
Yeah.
didn't.
Wait, he didn't win that
No,
that USA?
96. No, Craig Titus won, and it was the biggest fucking screw job I've ever
Wait.
seen.
Craig Titus as a pro doesn't beat that physique. How the fuck he beats it as an amateur?
It was Craig Titus, pretty slick motherfucker. I mean,
insane.
yeah, he
That's
won.
insane.
So he won 96 nationals. Tom Prince won 96
Yeah.
nationals. You guys card, but yeah, that's insane.
That's wild. Yeah, but the amateurs back in the day, they were pros because they only had one shot to get,
Yeah.
only one person would get it. So like the amateurs were really like second year pros today, basically at that time because nobody was really turning pro. What's the question again? 90s physique. Xavier.
Man, there's a lot of. If we're just talking physique.
Mm-hmm. No, hair. We talking hairstyle. We talking.
No, but I thought it was like favorite 90s bodybuilder. So if you're saying favorite physique, it's like two different things. Because like my favorite bodybuilder all time, Jay Cutler. But if I was looking at only physique and taking personality out of it, I wouldn't say Jay Cutler. So it's like
only
but
physique.
in terms of just
Jay has a great personality, and as we discussed, he's very handsome.
Yeah.
So
Pretty handsome.
important considerations.
So in terms of just physique, like straight up, like my favorite physique, especially when I got into bodybuilding, is probably like Bob Paris and Lee Labrada from the 90s.
Ooh.
But in terms of the guys, like everyone considers like your Cormiers, your Flex Wheeler, your Kevin Lavrones, Sean Rays, all those guys, I'd probably say just in terms of looking at physique, I'd probably say Cormier and then Flex 93. Like the Flex 93 was Evie Olympia was just, I think everyone's seen that video where he's posing and then it shows his physique like sort of close up and just the way the skin lays over the muscle and everything. It's just next
I'm
level.
surprised. I'm surprised he chose two black guys. That's the first on the show.
I went with the white
First, I did
dudes.
say Bob Paris and Labrada, but I
Hell, he did.
had to
You see?
diversify my answer. You know,
He went with the gay guy
everything's
first.
so woke now.
Ah,
The gay
see?
guy first.
Was Bob Paris even competing in the 90s? I thought he had like retired by 89.
Who
I
knows?
don't think so.
Because he
Just
did get kind of discriminated against in the IFBB, I think.
Because he
He
was
was
gay?
on Oprah, bro.
Yeah.
He was on
Yeah.
Oprah. He was like doing like interviews because he's the first openly gay athlete, wasn't he? Or one of the first or something.
I don't think it helped his career, man. Not
He
back
should have
then.
He should have kept it under wraps until he retired.
Yeah, because that's healthy.
Yeah. Suppress who you really are.
In a fucking sport where so many fans are gay, that's like you're not wrong, but like it's just such a crazy thing to say, you know?
Yeah. Why does it matter? You know, unless you get like spray tan backstage, maybe make sure you cover it up a little bit.
Back then, it mattered to people, man. Like it was legit. I mean, remember Magic Johnson when he got? I remember looking back at all the things like that when he got AIDS, man. That was like people didn't even want to be in the same locker room as him because they thought they'd like catch it. So it's like being gay then was like, people would think they would catch things off people, which is like ridiculous. We know it doesn't get transmitted that way, but
wait, Dennis Rodman was gay? I thought he was like,
no, Magic Johnson.
Oh man,
no, he's saying when back then when you get AIDS, everybody thinks you're gay. They thought only gay people could get AIDS, but we now know that's not. Yeah. Now we know that's not the case. Back then, we didn't know what was going on.
Yeah,
that's
what I was implying. Thanks, Beatty, for clarifying what I just said. Because
are there any openly gay bodybuilders nowadays?
A little bit.
I can't really think of any, like at the pro level.
There's people that we've had suspicions over the years, but never.
I said
never
openly gay.
Nah, the only openly gay bodybuilder I know, Michael Urgus. He lives in West Hollywood.
I can't think of anyone else.
Now that's the only one I know. I don't think he competes anymore, but he's always been openly gay. When he won the USA's, he was. I don't know. That was a long time ago, but he's always been openly gay.
There's a guy here in Australia actually that super nice guy, and everyone knows he's gay and stuff, and he competes and super nice dude. And I remember we were from Tassie, and we used to always go up to Melbourne to watch the pro show. I remember he walked past us once. He goes, "Hey, Tassie boys!" But he's such a nice dude, man. Like everyone loves him. Like he competes, does his thing. Like he competed until he's way older, but yeah.
Oh man,
everyone's gonna be flaming me for asking that question in the comments. Like, I'm honestly just curious, guys. Not curious like that.
Oh man. Everybody went.
What was the question?
Who's your favorite 90s?
Yeah. I want to say I gotta say like Flex Wheeler. I think I'm gonna go Flex Wheeler. That's a hell of a physique.
Yeah, I went.
Who you said again, Nick?
During AIDS.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're done. Okay, well, all right. Best gay bodybuilder of all time. Bob Paris.
We don't have a lot to choose from, apparently.
I was just drinking this and I almost spat it everywhere.
Better question is best gay for pay bodybuilder. There's a lot more to choose from there.
I got
oh man,
I got one in my mind. That's a legend.
Yeah, we don't have to get into that.
Okay. How's everybody doing? Everybody's good for another question?
Let's do one more.
Anybody got to run off, or everybody's good? Nick is in a trance right now, so
I'm chilling, bro.
I ate my fish. I'm feeling like $1 million, man.
I got to make it a good one, but out of these questions, there's so much fucking drug questions, and it gets redundant. I'm trying to find one that's like, actually makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
We could flame some people for asking their drug questions. We have a rule in our Discord server. If you ask any questions about drugs, you have to post your physique. And if you look like dog shit, we're going to let you know. And we're not going to answer your question.
Because that's not the missing link, apparently.
Rarely is.
Can I join that shit?
I don't know.
Sure,
Can
yeah.
you?
Yeah, I'm serious, bro. I always heard about it.
I don't even know how to join. Well, I did join it, but I don't
No,
know how to
we
use
got
it.
you in. Yeah. We
I
got
don't.
you
I
in.
don't. I don't even know what to do.
So
I
there's
don't know.
there's like two parts to it. There's the free section and then there's the paid section. And the paid section is the good part. The free section is full of normies, and that's what we call it, the normie section. And yeah, so it just kind of keeps the idiots out. It's
I
not
gotta pay?
expensive. No, you don't. We let you in.
Oh, okay. Oh,
We let
good.
you in because you're baity, but
Oh, thank you.
yeah.
I don't. I just don't know how to use it. I'm in, and I didn't know what to do. I'm like, what do I do now? Do I just read shit, or do I click shit, or am I commenting? I don't know what's next.
I don't know.
next move.
It's like a chat room, basically. Talk a lot of shit in there.
I'm too old for that shit.
Not for everybody.
All right. Favorite '90s song? A lot of '90s. People love the '90s, boy. People love the damn '90s.
It's a better time.
Yeah, and I can't lie. The '90s were cool. '90s was cool. I was like 8, but it was still cool. I was having the time of my life at 8 years old. All right. What's the
Song.
90s song? I don't fucking know.
There's so many songs, man. There's so many songs.
I'm not doing that one. Ooh, great one. Why do you think Samson left Milos? I don't know. I can't find any question that I actually want to answer. I got to be honest with you.
Do better, audience.
Beef Stulik.
Improve yourself.
This is the question. Beef Stulik? This is what the fuck is this? What breed of someone's first show? Where do you go? Pre-work. Favorite. I feel like we've done this. Favorite post-workout meal. Whatever's on the plan, motherfucker.
A Mickey's and a
Whatever
cigarette.
is on the plan.
Wait, I mean, why would if you ask this question, what are you gonna do with this information? You're gonna try it? Like
Maybe he's just curious.
If I
So
tell you
what
chicken
I
rice,
usually do, I have like a half an Old English and about 2.5 Newports, and I'll throw a fat lip in to really keep myself rolling. Keep the energy high after the gym.
Keep the buzz
I'll
solid.
take some benzos to knock myself out when I go to bed.
if we all
Heavy on the
answer this
uppers and
question,
downers.
if we all answer this question now, when you write that down in your notes, are you gonna devise a meal plan from that answer?
We got like 3 different answers. You're gonna take
That's
like a third of this meal and a third of that meal.
That's what I'm saying. So what me and Nick just said, whatever's on the plan, it doesn't really matter what the fuck we do, but I'm gonna answer it anyways. I like something fast, like a chicken and rice. That's pretty basic stuff to be.
I'm shocked. I'm absolutely gobsmacked. I did not expect that.
Sounds about right.
Sounds about right to me.
Mm.
What about Xavier? You got some more Australian?
Oh, kangaroo. Man, kangaroo's common to be eaten out here.
There you go.
It's in every supermarket. Seriously, it's lean.
That's the
Lean red
secret.
meat.
Wait, they're dead.
Lean
right?
as hell.
They're not just walking around the supermarkets.
No. These
Okay.
are killed kangaroo. But
Okay.
yeah, you see a lot of kangaroos in Australia. They're around. Go into the
Dead.
bush, you'll see.
Dead and alive.
Yeah, you see a lot dead on the side of the road. Yeah,
Zay just has a joint after the gym.
That's it.
And
bring
before
cortisol
the
back down, baby.
Beef and white potatoes. That's a good one.
Post workout, you like that?
Yeah, and ketchup,
halal beef, of course.
Of course.
of course. Some
I don't-
hummus.
I don't like white potato, man. That shit is dry. I like the sweet potato.
Mm.
What about Nathan?
I would say sushi or a burger. I mean, that's
Oh shit!
You do that every day.
Every day, bro.
Nah. I'm talking about like if I had a cheat meal, like if I had it like on a leg day. Nah. I
I'm
do
like,
my own
damn.
diet, so I can do whatever I want to do. So
Good point. You don't have a tough time getting in shape though.
Nah, I did in the past, but
Okay.
when I worked with Blue for a little bit, he kind of got all the fat off me. So
Yeah, he does
I-
that. Do you have you eaten sushi?
yeah. I couldn't even
Figured.
eat the sushi though, like because my diet was so low, and then he'd be like 30 pieces of sushi or 40. You know what I'm saying? And it's like your stomach. I didn't have capacity.
Oh, okay.
I barely could get it in.
Oh, I got the capacity, dude. I look forward to that shit so much. I haven't gotten a single one this whole prep yet. I don't think I will, honestly. But
I was probably like 8 weeks before I got one when I first worked with him. I had nothing.
Yeah, damn.
keep your expectations low.
Yeah, probably got like 2 the whole prep.
All right, so last question. I'm gonna ask. It's gonna sound like I'm trolling, but I actually want you guys to answer this question seriously. Why do people who are coached by Milos make their own calls? Why do you think that is?
I'll answer. I don't think it's Milos. I think Milos picks people that just don't listen, period.
You know what I think? I think he becomes too good of friends with them. There's nothing wrong with being friends with your coach, but there still has to be a coach-friend dynamic. I think when the client starts feeling like y'all bros, they don't.
See, I don't know. I mean, me and Matt are like best friends, and I know
point.
like.
But there's a respect between you two, right?
Yeah, you still look
of
up to
course.
Matt. I feel like you still look up to Matt like a big brother, not like just like a yo. This is just the homie, right? There's still that. I don't know, right? Am I just talking, or
No, sure. I mean, I do, but like,
Yeah.
there's. I mean, like I said, we still share that best friend type of relationship as well, and whatever he says goes. You know.
Yeah.
Also-
like, you have to count on the fact that, like, you know, he has your best interest at heart. He knows what he's doing, and he cares about your well-being and health and all that stuff. Like, so when you trust him like that, it's a lot easier. I don't know if Milos has the same kind of relationship with a lot of these guys.
Well, if you don't trust Milos, why would you even go with him?
That's the thing. Like, we talked
That's
about
the
this
thing.
before. Like, clearly he knew for a long time these guys were doing their own shit. So, like, why are you still coaching them? It's because you're not even coaching them. So, like, this, you don't question shit that Matt tells you, right? I don't question shit
No.
that Blue tells me. We talk about it, we discuss it, figure out the
Yes,
best
you
path
just
forward.
you communicate.
That's-
It's called communication.
Yeah, right. But like, what was going on with Milos and a couple of his clients that we've been seeing is like, it is not the same relationship, and it's not the same structure where he lays out a plan and you follow it to a T and you make changes while communicating. Like,
Exactly.
it's not what's going on here. So I don't know what's going on. I don't think any of us
And
do.
honestly, bro, we'll probably never know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll probably. I think if the client doesn't make it clear, then it's up to the coach to make the clear distinction. Like, hey, listen, you're either in or you're out. They can't be this in between. When I worked with Compton as my coach, actual coach, there was no questions asked. He sets the plan and I follow it, right? But also, I've also Compton is my friend, other than my coach, right? He's actually my friend. So there's been times I prep myself, but I'll ask Compton, hey, what do you think? What do you think? But he doesn't go post me and say, this is my client Beatty. And I don't post him and say, this is my coach Compton. I'm just asking a friend for advice. So if that's what you want, then just do that, right? Just say, hey, what do you think, Compton? But don't make it. But then that's both of you guys' responsibility to make it clear that this is not that. You know, Milos thought the whole time that Samson was following him. He said he's up at night, FaceTiming him and everything. So at that point, it would be up to Samson to say, well, it's actually my wife peeking me for these shows. So you don't have to stay up all night.
Well, the problem
FaceTime.
is there's a lot of he said, she said, right? Like you watch the podcast that Milo just did on Jay, where he deliberately says, I peaked him for the Romania and all these shows, that Samson is clearly saying his wife did it for him. So who's bullshitting?
Yeah, and then
you got Milos. We also got Milos saying, like, I'm up all night on the phone with him. I'm up doing this. I'm up doing that. And then you got someone saying, oh, well, my wife peaked me.
That's weird.
It's kind of a slap in the face, to be honest.
It is. Okay, because imagine I'm up all night and I'm like, okay, we're doing this, and you're like, okay, got you. Then you hang up the phone and you turn to your wife and she's like, nah, we're not doing that shit. Fuck that shit. Damn, it's kind of like I just wasted my whole night staying up trying to peek you, and you just threw it out the window. You know, it's weird. It's I don't know. It's weird.
The thing is,
But the point of all of it, like I said, we're never going to know the whole truth. So
no, everybody,
we're just going to keep getting a little bit of specs from this side, a little bit of specs from this side, and we just kind of have to form an own conclusion. But at the end of the day, the only people that know the truth are Samson and Milos.
Shit, and then even they don't know each other's truths. They only know their truths, right? You know, because Milos feels one way and Samson did something else, so they have to sit together.
Clearly feels some type of way.
For sure, they have to have a conversation amongst each other first, because they don't even know what the fuck is going on. So we can't know what's going on. But what was the question? I mean, yeah, but I think a way for Milos to stop that is to make sure, like Honeywood or like Bluewood or like Comptonwood, to make sure you're all in. And if you're not all in, then you're not my client. Like Honey or Matt or Blue would never have somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like they would make sure, hey, are you honest? If you're not, then we're not gonna work together. You have to be my client.
I agree, but I also do think that coaching client relationship does work better for me personally when it does get a little more personal.
Okay.
Because I feel like now you guys have like a true bond, and to me it's just more meaningful at that point.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that as long as you can still respect.
Well, that's the point. As long as you know, like, that is your coach and that you're riding it to the end, that's great. But I just think that little extra personal relationship can make it be even better.
Yeah, you just have to distinguish between the two, and it's a little more work. Not everyone can do that.
No, but it's also something that comes in time. Like, you can't force a relationship. You know what I mean? Like, it's just got to happen.
Yeah.
Hey Nick, do you feel like you and Matt are sort of like closer now, or like tighter now than the first time you worked together? And was that because you went through that sort of like that?
I do.
Separating for a little bit and getting back.
I don't really like to speak on that, to be honest, because it's still, even for me, it's still a touchy subject. But when that split happened, he was a big part of my life. So like, I didn't know what to do. I didn't really want to be with another coach. Like I wanted, to some point, even though we didn't talk for a long period of time, I wanted to somehow work it out. I just don't think he was ready to speak at a certain point. Maybe I wasn't ready to speak at a certain point. But now that we moved forward, we got back for that Olympia where I took third. And ever since moving forward, we have just been completely open with each other, no matter what it is. We just communicate to the fullest. And I think that's brought us even closer than ever before, honestly.
I was thinking about, man, because when you go through certain things with people, like whether you have some sort of a disagreement and then you resolve it, it's 100%. Like that bond's stronger, and then you're just more honest with each other. You're not scared about saying something and being direct with someone. So
I appreciate, and you also you appreciate it more, right? And I think that's where we just really appreciate where we're at now.
You're not as close friends as you think you are if you can't have an argument or disagreement and then make up, right? If you argue with your mom and get into a big fight, the next day you guys are cool again because you're that close.
Dude, I can argue with my mom and 20 minutes later we're sitting on the couch watching Vikings laughing.
Yeah, you're also New Jersey people, so that's just normal.
Fuck off.
But that tells you how close you are to somebody. If you have one argument with somebody and you never talk ever again, you probably weren't that close. I've seen that happen with people. Oh, this is my best friend. I'm like, that's your best friend, and you had one disagreement at lunch and you never talked to them for the rest of your life. I don't know how close. That was
never your friend to begin with, bro.
Exactly my point. I've seen people argue over a girl, and then they're like, I'm like, I thought that was your boy from fucking high school. Like, what are you talking about? So you should be able to shit. I'm to the point that if if me and Joe got into a physical fight at the gym, we could still make up. Like if we got into a physical altercation, as long as I didn't beat his ass too bad, we could make up.
We all know how this would go.
Yeah, we could make up in a week. You know, it's if you're that close to somebody, you can both say that. Listen, I fucked up. I should have never pushed you like that. Yeah, you know, I was on prep. I was just irked. You know, and you can resolve it. You know, it's not easy. You got to put aside your ego. We all got egos, but you can get past it if you can both admit that.
But that's another thing. It's owning your shit, right? Like, yo, I fucked up.
Yeah.
It's hard for most people to own their shit. That's a fact.
It's more respectable when somebody can own the shit.
100%. 100%. You're always gonna respect that person. You know, listen, I was in an emotional state. This is how I handled it. Like not to keep going back to Samson and Milos, but to keep going, you know, like Samson could be like, listen, I put out that video. I was in an emotional state. Yo, no disrespect to Milos. I fucks with you. You know, I feel like if he said something like that, everybody, including Milos, would be like, you know what? It's not even that serious. Like, you know, it is. There's no beef.
Here's the thing, and you know, I don't think anybody actually cares that Milos or Samson left Milos. I think everyone is in their heads about it because of how Samson left Milos, because it leaves you like, well, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Because you said a lot of things and then you kind of went back on it, and Milos is over here confused. You still didn't address much. Milos didn't really address it, but he's still being very respectful and making nice posts about you, and you haven't really said anything.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I guess the thing is as well, like you said, Nick, earlier, like we don't really know. We probably never will know.
And we're never going to know
what happened behind closed doors as well. And there's so many factors in it, and the fans and everyone is like, all we know is what we see through this lens of it has to come out in an interview, an Instagram post, a story, or something like that, and then everyone reads into exactly what's happening, and we don't really know. We just have what's presented, and then the fans are going to have an opinion, and it's going to be one way or the other, most likely, or you're going to have half fans on this side and half fans on this side, and everyone calling each other idiots. So it's like
the thing is, I think even though it's easier said than done, they shouldn't have said shit until the UK was over.
Yeah.
Just shut your mouth.
Then what would we talk about? We somehow got back on this fucking subject.
Because that was the question.
I know.
Yeah. Every time
I know we fell into the trap.
This was our ending question.
God damn it.
You kind of have
we
to
didn't
go.
We didn't go too deep. We didn't go too deep.
I'm gonna send Milo some flowers, and I'm gonna say from Samson on the letter.
And I'll send him chocolates.
Who do you think will want to coach him after this, though?
Oh, I didn't even think about that. You know,
I guess we'll wait and see. You know,
maybe some grifter. I mean, if you can attach your name to a guy like that, you can't lose.
I think plenty of people are reaching out to Samson. I wouldn't worry about that.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, the product that you're going to get out of it, if you're coaching him for real, is like, if he's not following your instructions, it's going to be the same situation. Like,
yeah, that's why I say a grifter. You know, because like if they can just associate themselves, if he's not following their shit, then it's hopeless regardless. But again, just the name affiliation is going to be super valuable.
On the last Jay Cutler podcast, Cutlercast, Milo said he didn't eat whitefish because he didn't like it. That's unacceptable.
Well, okay, listen, my friends, I don't like it neither, so I don't eat the shit.
But would you do it?
But
I haven't yet.
If you do it, if you
have to get in shape,
a difference.
But I get in shape, so
that's the thing.
He doesn't.
Exactly.
Put yourself in those shoes.
So it's like eat white fish or do 4 hours of cardio. You know, he got to choose one of them. Like
I think
he's got to do something.
I think I'd rather eat fish than do 4 hours of cardio.
Yeah,
but like the point is,
you got to do
willing
one
to do what it takes, right?
If you had to, yeah,
I would. I would.
Nobody wants to do 2 hours of cardio. Nobody wants to do that. But if that's the only way you're gonna be in shape, you're gonna just get it done. And if you don't, then you just don't get in shape. I guess if you're able to get to that level without having to do it, it's hard for somebody to tell you otherwise. Because you're like, I mean, I already won the Arnold. I didn't have to eat fish.
But the thing is, and again, you're proving the valid point. Is Samson has it in his head like, well, I won all of this by doing exactly what I'm doing. Why do I need to do more? But I think Samson now just realized, even though he had this little quick trajectory going up where no one really cared about the conditioning that much. It was always a factor. People always said it. But I think they made it a bigger point now because now you finally lost because of it.
Yeah.
And now, and I think with all the negativity that he's getting from it, he doesn't really know how to handle it because the whole time he's been getting his, trajectory, it's been nothing but up and positivity. So now he just kind of went like this a little bit and doesn't know how to handle it.
Yeah.
I've been there. I know what that's like, and I think the worst thing he did is get emotional on social media.
Yeah.
The worst thing you can do is talk on social media when you're emotional. Don't do it.
Sometimes the best thing that can happen to you is losing. I think if Samson would have lost to Nick, which he probably should have, he would have understood that condition is not going to cut it, and then maybe this wouldn't have happened. But if he's like, well, I won it anyways, and I wasn't in shape, then I'm good, So I think sometimes when that happens, it maybe proves bad things to you. Now you're like, well, I guess I don't need to be shredded if I could beat somebody that's shredded. So fuck it, When maybe he should have been, I think he should have been dinged for that because that wasn't. We've never seen an Arnold champion in that condition. They're always shredded, So maybe that proves something that shouldn't have been proven to him because now maybe he felt that I'm good and he wasn't good, but he won. So so if this is good enough to win, fuck it, I'm good. But it wasn't good, and maybe that shouldn't have been. He shouldn't have got the nod because he just wasn't. I'm not a judge. I'm just saying he wasn't. He just really wasn't in shape. I mean, if we're being honest, he looked great, but that's not Arnold or Olympia level shape. It's just not.
What about
it?
What do you guys think of the Arnold UK conditioning? Because I thought it was dramatically better than Columbus.
I don't think it was that much different. I think it was better, but I don't think it was dramatically different.
I don't think it was dramatically
different. What was Samson's best ever condition?
That one.
I would say Romania.
I'd say Arnold UK, but I suppose it depends what photos and stuff and videos you see as well. Because
I would say I would pick Romania any day.
But the bar is still pretty low. I mean,
bro, listen, man. If let's be honest, right? We all love Samson's physique. I think he has probably the best physique, or not one of the best physique. But if Nick Walker came in that condition, would anybody say, "Wow, this guy's"?
He'd be laughed out of the venue.
Exactly my point. So just because you have a good shape and structure doesn't mean that goes out the window. It still has to be there, So. It still is bodybuilding. It's everything. It's not one thing, but everything has to be there. Everything has to be there. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. You just have to.
You gotta suffer, plain and simple.
Yeah,
I guess we'll see how he responds this year. Maybe it is a wake up call.
The fact that we could sit here and be like, "Oh, Hadi's off," but Samson's on, yet Hadi is way leaner than him. It's kind of fucked up. That's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, like why does he get away with that?
Like he's getting credit while Hadi is getting the opposite of credit, and Hadi got there 20 hours before the show. That's not really. Should we be giving credit there per se?
No.
Maybe we should actually be giving credit to Hadi for getting there fucking day of the show and being that peeled. Yeah. Let's be real.
And while Hadi probably didn't quite look as good as Columbus, that's still impressive, man. Like to be able to even prep and be 50-50 if you're getting into the country, you got to take your hat off to guys like Hadi, Beirut, all these guys. I feel for them so much because prepping as an amateur for a show and it being called off last minute is devastating to, you know, you guys probably know. And as a pro, when you're making money from that, you're probably going to win a show, even if it's 10K. You've still prepped and spent probably all the money and spent money on the flights, and then for it to be cancelled, it's like, oh man, for them to be able to put 100% into a prep, like Nick, could you imagine doing it, prepping for a whole show and then being like, it's 50-50 if I'm able to do it?
Happen, kind of.
It would fuck with me.
Yeah. It's to put your, because obviously as a pro bodybuilder, you know, there's a little, if you're doing a prep and you're not competing, you wouldn't go to the same levels because you know there's some sort of a health impact or whatever. So to put yourself through that multiple times, get knocked back multiple times, that's crazy. Like, I don't know how they do it.
I don't think Samson is gonna beat Nick again ever. You know, I don't think that's gonna happen. You know.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna say something. Nick, you're one of those guys where it's like you can predict you to win, but everyone seems to predict you in third, and it's like I'll probably do the same, and then you'll probably come in and knock off one of these guys that it's like, oh yeah, because Nick's an absolute freak and the conditioning's there, the size is there. Why wouldn't Nick place above him? It's like I'm with predictions.
I laugh,
this year,
but everyone
like,
still counts me out. I'm like, okay, how many times I gotta prove everyone wrong?
This year, because it's going to be what 1.5 years. Oh no, not 1.5 years. Over a year since seeing you on stage. So
yeah,
I think people forget. You know, it was like Derek last year. People started to predict everyone else, and Derek comes in and looks at the way he looked as well. So it's like, yeah, I just think that it's gonna be fun. But I think after New York, I think a few more people will start picking you again to win that Olympia. I have a feeling.
Yeah.
What? Oh, I know.
I have $100 on it, bro. So
he does
that's
actually.
That's a little bit.
Hey, I
that's
mean,
all I can afford right now.
Yeah, we know, All right, gentlemen. I think that's a wrap. I don't have to edit anything, which is nice.
Good job.
Yeah,
I'm still editing the one we did the other day with Nathan and stuff. I don't know what to do about that, man. Like we I don't know. We got to talk about that.
If it's that bad, just bash it, bro.
Yeah.
To be honest,
we can salvage it.
To be honest, bro, I say just leave it. Like, think about it. It's me, Stu, Sergio, and Nathan. Like, it's gonna be so much shit talk that it's not gonna be funny.
Wait, are you talking about the midgets or who's competing at the Arnold Brazil?
Well, I've got to cut that, but I've got to. Some of it has to go, obviously, but
some of it got to go.
There's other parts too.
Yeah.
I'd leave the midget stuff in there. It was pretty.
Yeah,
fun.
who cares? Who cares? You know, it's a little banter.
I wish I prefaced it in there, like, you know what I mean. And I love how we're talking about it, and then Beatty tries to like make it PC and goes, "Little people or small people or something." I'm like, Beatty, you can't put it back in the box now, my man.
Too far, but when you got that kind of cast, you got to just that whole podcast is going to be demonetized probably.
Yeah,
you know.
Put Nathan's name on a podcast, it gets demonetized.
It's over with. All right, gentlemen. Thank you everybody for coming on. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Nathan. Thank you, everybody.
Good seeing you guys.
I'll see y'all next time.
See you. Bye. Thank you, guys.